Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
Now, I know this has been very, very distressing, but I want you to know you've done a fantastic job of being my little kidnapped victim / hostage. Don't worry. Distressing as it is, your little bit part in my grand master scheme is almost over.
Let the girl go.
Right on time. Batman, at last.
I'm Batman.
Yes, I know. I just said that.
I'm Batman.
Yes, you are Batman. Yes, and you're here, finally, to deal with me.
Who are you?
What?
Question mark, man.
Boy. I'm the Riddler. See, the Riddler. We.
No recollection.
All the different puzzles I've set you.
I won't lie to you. I take a lot of headshots on a nightly basis.
You fought me 12 times.
Really?
Yes.
Huh?
You know what? It's fine. We're just going to go to the riddling part of this little kidnapping.
What's a riddle?
It's a question usually asked in a rhyming scheme.
Don't get it. I don't get it.
You know what? Screw it. It's fine. Riddle me this. What is flat and solid, sharp and thin, leaves nice red marks in delicate pale skin?
That's easy. It's a red Sharpie marker.
What?
I'm a goddamn genius.
No. Listen. Sharp and thin,
Yeah?
leaves nice red marks in delicate skin.
Yes. You absorb and see red of ink from a Sharpie marker is astounding. You have no idea.
No.
It's a red Sharpie marker.
No, listen to the words.
It's science.
What the? What? I mean, you get this. It's not just me, right?
Yes, what the fuck?
Flat and solid, sharp and thin.
Stabby. Come on!
Stabby.
Oh,
On the tip of your tongue, I'm sure.
It's red wine. The unmerciful pain of when a young boy's heart is broken. When his parents are taken away from him.
What the fuck is he on about?
Stabby. The pain of my heart. When my parents are taken.
Okay, you know what? Screw this.
That was a good one.
We're just moving on to the fun part of this segment. Just so that you get it. Knifey wifey.
No.
Stabby wabby.
No.
I gotta say, it's red wine. It's red wine.
No,
Oh, screw this.
no,
Time to die.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh God! I didn't think you were actually going to kill her. That's so dark.
Of course it's dark. I'm a supervillain, you idiot.
Oh my God! Anyway, join myself and the Riddler this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, or whatever that equates to as GMTs, only on American Horrors. We're going to be discussing some of the darkest storylines into Batman. I'm Batman in my universe.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the station of decapitation without your head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, GoreCasters? Welcome back here to the GoreCast with me, Batman, and my co-host, the Riddler, and Buzz and Carter, who weren't in the show at the time, otherwise they'd have had characters in the trailer as well.
I suppose it's better than you calling me question mark boy again.
I'm Bane in the post.
You could totally be the Penguin.
No.
I
Carter's
could totally
Penguin.
see characters Penguin. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Pointing at.
Carter's Penguin.
Just like,
Buzz is
just
Bane.
like how he is in the poster.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Croffaw.
Yeah.
I'm Bane.
Meh.
I just need
Meh,
a
meh,
marble.
Batman. I will also pass on the compliments to the vibrancy of my fiance's hair.
Although now it is purple.
It's still pretty vibrant, though.
But still vibrant.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was gonna say.
true.
It's still vibrant. What's up, everybody? We are here today, which
Back to normal.
I so fucking delighted to say that with a still horror-themed episode, because goddamn, the Batman is dark.
Oh,
It's dark.
yes, it is.
It's
Yeah.
basically,
Well, a
it's
couple ways
basically
that-
Saw meets Seven, if done by DC, is what the Batman is.
Told you.
So we have the Batman lined up, and as some extra tasty treats that fit very much in theme with the style of the movie. We have the Bone Collector featuring Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie, and Yandu from Guardians of the Galaxy. Michael Rooker.
Dude, it's also got fucking Al Bundy in it.
It's also
It
got.
does.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. It's
And
also got Al
O'Neill.
Bundy in it.
Damn
Yep.
right it does.
And
There was
And
some,
Queen
there was some
Latifah,
fucking
and-
cool faces in there.
And Queen Latifah, apparently.
And Queen Latifah.
Yep.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
she's the nurse.
Yeah.
Wow.
And as per usual, Queen Latifah is very sassy.
She is, and it's kind of awesome.
She's a sassy lassie. She takes no shit. She doesn't get badges, nothing. It's great.
Yep.
You don't fuck with QL. I'll tell you that straight out.
Fuck right.
We're good buds. We're on a letter basis. What up, JD? What up, QL? How you getting on? Up for doing some shopping, going downtown, being fucking sassy together. Yep, hell yeah.
Be a good buddy cop show.
And you got that. It's just it would be, wouldn't it? Just fucking sassy Bassy and the sassy lassie.
Yeah. Just be called sassy.
Sassy.
The name just rings itself. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, this week's movies made you have a little thinky think because they're all mysteries.
There are mysteries upon mysteries. There's
And I'm proud of myself for solving one of them within an hour, although I admit that part of it was because I recognized an actor and all the other pieces were right, and then a certain actor walked in and I went, bang. Didn't know why, but I knew, bang.
forgot to mention this, by the way. I'm handling 7.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Cool. I'm overly qualified to handle 7. Is what I'm going to say.
I have the certificates right over here.
I literally had to do a film dissection synopsis for college when I was doing the video and media production.
Had to or chose to because you had to do a video synopsis and you chose 7.
A bit of both. Technically, we had to do a Fincher.
Okay, fair enough. I was going to say I often
Yeah,
find that things like
it's-
that work better when you pick something that you're more familiar with in the
We
first
had
place.
to do
before
a
having
Fincher,
interest in
and unfortunately, Fight Club had gotten taken by someone else, and I was very angry.
it. Oh,
So 7
You had
was
a good
the. You can
consolation.
imagine how angry I was because even before I
Yeah.
did the film course, I was overly qualified to write a fucking dissection of Fight Club because I know way too much about that movie and book.
I read that wrong because it's like kind of far. I thought
Some
he said
people have a
good
Bible with
worker.
Jesus. I have a Bible with Tyler Durden.
just briefly, I'm going to say hello, Jer, hello, Katie, and hello, Bill. We're all in the chat.
Hello, Chisnets. How is
Oh,
everyone
and
getting
hello,
on
Charlie.
today? Jer, how are you?
Hello, Charlie.
Billiam, or Question Master from Tuesday night. How are you getting on? And Katie and everybody else. Katie and Charlie. How are you all getting on? That's everybody, isn't it? That's
Yes.
everybody.
Yes,
That's
I believe
everybody.
so.
And the other people
So
that are in there that I don't know who you are. Hello.
Just Carter.
Not made
And
We
how are
themselves.
you
got
getting
people
on?
watching that may not be chatting, so
Yes.
hello to you
Ah.
too.
Because we do.
Hi, everybody.
Just let people know that our guests enjoy your questions and
Oh,
they
he knows.
enjoy themselves.
Charlie's good.
Oh.
Bill's hungry. Life is correct.
Yes, yeah. Fair.
That's all right.
I'm just
And it's
judging by the
always
fact that when we
Bill's
come into
working
the
on the
stream,
food,
Bill is
yeah.
either about to eat something amazing or has just eaten something amazing.
Right. Like he's in the
I'm-
process of just making something good.
Perpetually makes me
We-
hungry while playing DayZ, which doesn't help considering my guy because I have no self-care for my person in game. Frequently runs around with a grumbly tummy.
To be fair, I'm just happy he settled on something because we were playing Firefly a while ago, and his exact question to me at one point was, "Kids, what will I have for dinner? Will it be this? Will I go with this? Will I go with this? Will I go with this?" Well done on settling, lad.
What does it talk to you?
Everything.
Tame Anawa.
Happy
Happy Superhero Day, people. Is that what you were going to say?
It was. Took the words right out of my soul.
And like an awesome villain, he just stole your thunder.
Yep.
That would, oh my god, that would be, if I ever was to have an evil superpower, that would be a thunder stealer. What's your superpower? Oh, you find out, and then I go to rob a bank, and your man rises up, and he's like, I'm here to stop you. I'm Batman. Is it your Batman? Yeah,
Right.
that was, you've kind of really stolen your thunder? Yeah, I know. Yes!
He just leaves
I'm
everybody
on
fucking
fire,
depressed.
taking the money, and I'm out of here, while he's just sitting there on top of a ledge looking broody, going,
Right.
I kind of don't, I can't really get into it until I'm Batman. I can't do it until I get in there. They
You
all
know,
have an
as much
intro
as I
line
feel-
that they do that, like, it's not like it's their superpower, but it's like, do you know if you take one step of the puzzle out of someone that's well used to doing the puzzle, it fucks them up?
Oh, right.
I
Well,
think Thunder Stealer might have the absolute power.
See, the thing is, you're absolutely right, and that would probably work with most versions of Batman, except the version we're looking at tonight.
No,
he doesn't
because
really
I wouldn't have
much
a
of an intro
chance to
line.
do any intro. He'd just punch me in the face.
Right,
Because this Batman is
exactly.
vengeance. This
His
Batman
intro
isn't
line is
the
pretty-
beacon of hope that Gotham knows now. Well, he is by the end of the movie.
Yeah, he has the outro line of "You just got your ass kicked by vengeance." Well, that's not,
Right.
but you know what I mean.
When your man is like, I'm vengeance, I always hope that Batman looked back and he said, no,
Nope.
I'm vengeance. We just...
You know someone's actually doing.
Have you read
You
any
know
of the
someone's-
newspapers? I'm literally, like, it's literally my thing, is I'm vengeance.
You know someone is going to do a parody of that now if we don't first.
It's probably already been done. It's the internet.
Maybe.
If there's one thing I've learned is when we come up with an original idea, by the time we have got the camera set up, someone has already shot it. I'm not saying in a copyright infringement way. I'm just saying as in.
No, it's just like that's our luck.
It's just
They're the Thunder Stealers from you guys.
Thunder Stealers. They run around stealing thunder from dudes. Thunder Stealers.
Oh, that is not the way I was going with that. I was
That's
going to go with
awesome.
Thunder Stealers on the move, Thunder Stealers loose, but never mind.
Yep.
Thunder
I like that
Stealers
one.
on the move, Thunder Stealers loose.
Thunder Stealers, something thing. Thunder
Make sure
Stealers.
copyright that show today so no one steals it.
It'd be really hard to do an intro song where the guy's power is all based around
I got it.
stealing people's thunder. 'cause-
Steal the power, steal the roar, Thunder Stealers loose.
But you need like that ending, like like. "Oh,
Anyway, moving
no."
on.
Like you have to have that end cap though.
Hey, it's superhero day. We're allowed to get away with this shit. Kind of.
Yeah. These are all high budget. Also, when we're playing the trailer for when we're playing I need to figure this out.
Are we? We're gonna get.
Have you
pulled
broken
for
your
it.
brain already and we haven't even started the show
No,
properly yet?
I was like, I might need
We're gonna
to
get
do
pulled.
something. Okay. It's a good thing
Do we
Bone
need to have
Collectors.
Buzz reenact the trailer at some point?
Yo!
No, what I was
Oh.
going to say was I'm going to need to bring all of our mics into the trailer video room as well. You know, the cinema room, because I'm pretty sure we're going to get copyright flagged the minute Kurt
fuck
Cobain
yeah,
goes,
dude.
something's in the... By the time those three words
Oh,
are said,
shit, I forgot about
I
the
think we're
song.
going to get copyright flagged. Probably from Warner Brothers, who have literally no copyright on the song, but it's going to happen anywho. So we need all of our audio in because we're either going to talk and or sing our own version of the song while that song is playing. By necessity. YouTube.
This is your fault. What's
This
about
is
to
your
happen,
fault.
YouTube, is all your fault. You made me do this. You.
I tell you, Alice's party.
What the fuck?
If that's not
mean-
possibly the most rock and roll thing that I've ever heard of in my life, I
was
don't
gonna
know
say,
what is.
Like, we really have parties for anything, so it doesn't surprise me. Like, it kind of sounds kind of cool.
Is it like a kind of like a baby shower but with dialysis?
I'm pretty sure it's when he gets his liver flushed and then decides to do all the things that he needs to get his liver flushed for in the first place again, so that he needs his liver flushed.
Vodka and cocaine. Well, I'll tell you something for nothing, buddy. If I don't show up to a party with vodka and cocaine, it ain't a fucking party, is it?
I don't know.
That's a
Maybe it
rhetorical
is.
question. The answer is yes
Okay.
or no. depending on what way you sit on
The
them.
fact that there might be food, wasn't even worried about that. It was like, oh, hey, vodka. Sweet.
Emotional damage.
I put that in the DayZ video.
I saw that.
It was emotional damage. That poor gent had a terrible time.
I had a terrible time with the camera looking up the crotch beards.
Well,
of the
in
guy
fairness, they did spend 13 and a half hours watching me run around in hot pants for 2 days before that. So,
above. Okay.
because it was Party Greg. Party Greg
He
wears
says
hot
it's
pants.
also my birthday.
Pew, pew.
So see you there,
Pew, pew,
babes.
pew. There, sold, bells on. Bring it with me. Hear me now.
Okay.
Anyway, Bone Collector, which is the first movie, starred Denzel Washington, Angelina Jolie, and Al Bundy.
The TV.
I know he has an actual official actor name, but as Al will
Ed
tell you
O'Neill?
himself, he doesn't like to be called Ed. Everyone just calls him Al. He's cool with it. You know what I mean? Unlike the song "Don't Call Me Al," he's actually like, "Call me Al." It's all good. I know the song is also "Call Me Al." I just realized. So exactly like the song, he's like, "Call me Al." I'm just Al. I'm sorry. I was having good times on that set, banging my daughter, even though she wasn't my actual daughter. But I mean, hell, I think I may have just like Ed
we've
Neal
lost
even more.
Buzz.
What?
I think we lost Buzz. I think he tried to say something there, but his lips moved, but there was no words.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
We're good.
It's because
We're good.
I said it very underneath my breath.
Probably not the
That's
best way for a microphone to pick up audio.
Yeah.
I'm new at this, guys. This is
Joseph,
my
welcome
first
to the chat. How are you?
Hello.
Is Moon Knight the first Jewish superhero?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was one of their big plugs.
Okay, cool.
Because everybody was so happy to see, the diversity of it.
I'll call you Betty. I'll call you whatever you want, buddy. I don't mind. Betty.
I haven't seen it yet.
Betty. I'll pick you up like the Hulk and I'll call you Betty. There
It's
we go.
only 5 episodes in. Like, I'm trying to give a buffer because I hate week to week. I want to binge. So
I haven't even fucking started with it. Although
I made the mistake of doing like the first 3. Now I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. I've got to. So it sucks.
Anyway, so
Shut up.
Ed Neal,
O'Neill.
whatever. I'm trying to get back into the swing of the intro.
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy. Oh yeah, there we go. That's it. Al Bundy. He
Full tie his own.
he's a cop, and so is Angelina Jolie, and so is technically Denzel Washington. And there's a guy murdering people.
I don't know.
A lot of
I don't know if Denzel was a
He's a
he cop
former
or-
detective
he's former
slash-
He
forensics.
was a cop.
No. Former detective and forensics, something genius.
forensic
Current
expert.
couch potato,
Hmm.
or bed potato.
So, who's doing the movie? I was hoping someone would hop in there and take that off me, so I could sort out these audio things that need to be done for the
Oh, my
trailer in
bad. I
advance.
thought you wanted 7. I thought you said
Yes,
you wanted
I
Bone
very
Collector.
specifically
Sorry.
said I'm doing 7. I believe I even said I'm overqualified for doing this on
You
the podcast.
did.
Yeah.
And then I got the names confused because I was chatting and trying to. Okay, cool. Bone Collector.
I like if that's the
Anybody?
case, it
I'll
took
take
you
it.
10 solid minutes to realize that Denzel Washington isn't in isn't in 7.
Truly did. I got him confused with Morgan Freeman. I don't know. My
Denzel.
bad, my
Well,
bad.
it wasn't one of the best movies he ever looked in, but goddamn that performance.
So,
He
Bone
was
Collector.
like a different person.
We got Denzel Washington, former police officer, severely injured on the job, and now is pretty much, I don't want to say quadriplegic because he can still use his hand. Like,
No, he can.
You can move some
You
fingers, I
can't
think.
say quadriplegic. He can move 2 fingers. That's it.
okay, well, I wasn't for sure because I thought it was like completely lost from the neck down. So quadriplegic.
It's just a.
Oh, okay. So pretty much, giant brain laying in a bed. Every now and then the cops come to like, hey, dude, we can't figure this shit out. And he's like, oh, well, let me see. And he kind of helps steer them the way. But unfortunately, when you're just laying in a bed, not too happy about life, you get a little bored, even if you've got Queen Latifah, being your fucking nursemaid and keeping you company. Unfortunately, some weird deaths start popping up. Police have like no fucking clue what to do, and it all happened to be a rookie name, or what's her fucking name? It was Angelina. Amelia.
Or Croft.
Yeah, the character's name is Amelia Donahue. Or Donahue.
Happens to go out of her way to save what she thinks is some crucial evidence to this case. Of course, which I couldn't understand. They all like were just making fun of her and shit like that. I'm like, it was evidence, dude. But she winds up getting pulled into the case that they're trying to figure out, and Denzel Washington decides to use her as his legs. So he straps the camera to her, and as they go to each new death scene, he's talking her through what to do, how to do it, stuff like that. And she and the rest of the police are bringing all this information back to him. And bit by bit, they are trying to figure out who the killer is and what the end game of the individual is. Oh, this came out like a long time ago. I wasn't sure. Yeah, okay.
95?
I couldn't remember for sure.
99. I knew one of them was 95, the other one was 99.
But I mean, like, that was the basis of it. Anybody?
Yeah, to be honest, I was going to say, like, I had never seen The Bone Collector before watching it for the show. So I actually got to stick it on and straight away realized, okay, so Denzel Washington is playing a quadriplegic version of Sherlock Holmes, essentially, because his brain works the exact same way, whereby it's not just the intelligence, it's the fact that he's constantly taking in information that he's able to retain, and as a result, find patterns and link everything together. So when they come in to consult him, it's because he's so meticulous about when he was being when he was in forensics, he was so meticulous about it, and he did so much research and all the rest of it that his brain essentially is a fucking supercomputer hard drive with proper access, as opposed to the rest of us who just randomly access shit.
And they even point out, like, in his free time, he's studying old subway lines and old historical buildings. Like, he just kept fucking plugging the data into that shit.
Yeah, it's like the reason that I like like I said, I'd never seen the film before, and it didn't take me long to realize, oh, okay, I'm watching what if Sherlock Holmes was in modern day times and a quadriplegic, essentially. This case whereby you have this brilliant mind that can solve all this stuff, but he is limited and now has to work through somebody else, which is Angelina Jolie's character, who impresses him just by the fact that, oh, not only has she read my book, but unlike most of the dumbasses walking around, she's implementing the kind of fucking stuff that I said you should fucking implement. And as a result, oh, look, we can actually get crucial evidence that you Muppets would have just like let get washed away. And it was fun to try and figure things out. And I'm proud to say that at the hour mark, I kind of knew who the person was. Now, part of it is because I recognized the face, and another part of it is because I was working the story, trying to figure out what's going on and why. And for me, because we learn early on that he's planning on, he's what's he calling it? His final transition. Because like you were saying, he's bored. There's no hope of.
He kept having seizures and stuff like that, and he was afraid that one of his seizures would leave him a vegetable.
Well,
and he didn't want to be a vegetable.
Right, because they were saying like that was a possibility. I completely forgot about that part.
Yeah, but the taking all that on board, like we say maybe, there's a piece of evidence that comes up, I think, in either the first or the second murder that leads you to believe that this is specifically, it's directly, like it's supposed to be getting him involved in the cases. He's directly, so automatically you're thinking, okay, someone's playing with him. So it's somebody that has to know that he's planning on ending it soon. And that automatically limits down your suspect pool. And then somebody walked in and I just went, it's you. And I was still kind of a bit of a toss-up between two people for very valid reasons. And then somebody walked in and it was just the actor who he was, and just when he walked in, it was so well designed. And it was just one of those cases of,
That's the only thing I hate about movies sometimes is because like somebody plays a certain role. So when they walk in, you're like, okay, you're either a 2-second extra or you're the fucking villain. Like,
Well, to be fair, he's brought into the film earlier. Like, there's a lot of characters to get introduced early on in the movie, and you do see him within the first 5 or 10 minutes because he has a legitimate reason for being there. And it was just, like I said, I was working the film, working the mystery, and it was just that last piece when he walked in. It was kind of like, there, that's
You
it.
either die an extra or you live long enough to become the villain.
right.
Sometimes, yeah. Or sometimes you get to die in a really cool way that takes out the villain, like in Alien Resurrection when he did it.
Oh, fuck right. I will say, like, I dug the clues. Like, they just kind of were, well, like you said, they were just very Sherlock Holmes, where you don't take a piece of sand and think it's anything, but then all of a sudden, the course or the grain of it leads you way the fuck over here. So I really dug how they pulled out the clues and built this whole mystery and shit.
What geology movie were you watching?
Geology.
The dust that's found on the railway, they figure out where it came from.
Right.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Like that was the
Sorry,
clue.
I
That's
had
how
a
they
trail of
realized.
sand thing going on in my head, and I was like,
oh. Yeah, no, like
No,
he actually used
the very first scene. There's the pile of dust.
Right.
That's dust though, not sand. That's why I was.
But the analogy was applicable.
Yeah, I was trying to think of
I'm
where
sorry.
the sand thing came in.
Don't apologize,
It was
character. You're
very
absolutely
Sherlock
right.
Holmesy in how he took the dust and figured out, oh my god, way the fuck over there. How about that one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I had no problem with what you said originally in the first place. But yeah, it's like I said, I can understand why this film when it came out, because I'm one of those people that if a lot of others are talking about a movie and it's not like a sci-fi movie or a horror movie or something like that, I'm more inclined to not directly dive into it because all these people are big into it and I'm kind of like, I'll get to it in my own due course. So it took me a while, but I finally got around to it, and I can understand why so many people were enamored with it because, hey, guess what? Sherlock Holmes is a fucking awesome fucking story, and this is what we have here. You know, his character is the Sherlock Holmes-esque character with these limitations, but still working this way, and having to work through his own version of fucking Lestrade and whatever else by way of Michael Rooker's character, the police chief who's kind of trying to stay in charge of the situation, and as a result is makes himself a great big fucking red herring.
Bring a big old bumbly boo as well.
Yes, also, speaking about people that are playing typecast, Michael Rooker. Same guy almost all the time.
Giant asshole with curly hair.
Say, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
During the time, he's some kind of authority figure in some form or something.
Actually, funnily enough, he plays
he had
two,
hair.
and he plays two roles in this. A, he's the dickhead detective, and B, whenever we see the bad guy walking around in the hood up and all the rest of it, that's Michael Rooker. So,
That's my surprise noise.
You made a noise. I couldn't hear it. Was it another one of those under your breath things?
No, I said, oh.
Did anyone hear
surprise noise.
anything there?
I love how kids was just like, I've said all these facts now. I thought that elicited some sort of response. No.
I went, oh, like a.
And Carter was answering
like the guy from the Bonjela ad. That's what I heard.
Yeah. That's my reaction to very.
Got a mouth
interesting
ulcer?
things. Oh.
Okay.
Sorry, that's my excited sound. I don't know what to tell you. He gave some interesting information, and that's how I reacted.
I'm trying to
It's
resolve
not
some
a
stuff in
Batman
the chat.
special
Right.
as such.
Dark thrillers.
Yeah, it's dark thrillers. It's just
I went
there,
for like detective special.
There was one
Well,
movie
yeah,
where myself and
dark
Giz were
crime
dressed
noir.
appropriately, and we just ran with that for the poster because I'll never get sick of using myself and Giz dressed as Batman ever.
Right.
Also, we have reviewed the other Batmans and the Joker.
Yeah, we've had.
I believe my pitch was, "Hey guys, Batman's out. We should do it." And they're like, "Okay, how do we do it?" And I'm like, "How about some thriller mystery things?" And they're like, "Perfect."
And then I
Just
suggested
a
7 because I was like,
thriller.
it's the same movie but without a dude in a cape.
And then, yeah.
Not in a bad way.
No.
Not in a bad way.
No.
No, it's not that. It's just
Less.
you and I watch very different versions of Batman, apparently, and I'd love to see the darker shit that you were watching.
Who, me?
I think he was talking to Buzz.
No, I was talking to Johnny. Because
you can imagine Batman reacting to the end of 7 though. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Oh. Yeah, and then
My wife said,
Either.
I don't believe you.
I was never married.
Oh, God.
Yes, he was.
Well, in the version.
He marries the Catwoman.
Eventually.
Yeah, but not in the version.
And he was tapping that pussy hard. And I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that because it's applicable in this one and only particular sentence without me sounding like a total poonhound. And I'm using it. So, thank you.
I fucking hurt my throat.
Plus, I mean,
I don't know how he does that.
Not being awkward, guys. Just fuck off.
Oh, poor Buzz.
I'm not gonna be a good Batman. Just to let you guys know.
It'll be okay. It takes a bit of time to work into the Batman voice.
A lot of throat logics.
I don't know what you're saying that in relation to, Jer, but I like the gusto you said it with.
What did you guys think of Angelina Jolie? I haven't seen a lot of movies with her in it, so this was.
I thought she was really good in this. It's very hard to play someone who is strong yet fragile, smart yet also naive, all at the same time, and she manages to pull that off.
Wow,
really
I feel like you gave her so much that I didn't see that movie. I was thinking like, well, it's not really hard to be the legs for a guy laying in a bed. Go pick that up. Like this, cool, achieved.
Well, if you think about it, if you want to break it down by scene, when she comes in like a total fucking hard ass the first time that she meets him and is kind of like, I respect your work, but I don't fucking like you for literally no reason. You'd swear he like fucked her and left her at a fucking hotel or something the way she didn't like him initially.
No, that's true.
Then there's the, I'm going to need you to cut a dead guy's thumb off scene where she has the, some would say, minor mental breakdown about the whole scenario. Which is a cusping point, and then there's also a developmental level between their relationship at the end, to the point that they're eventually knocking, or whatever level of knocking that he's able to do. Finger blaster, I suppose, because he's got those two fingers.
He's got that finger movement, so. And he's got like all that equipment, so he could like mouse clip the shit out of it.
You like how I click that
just
mouse?
hop on and ride the G's.
Right.
Oh Jesus.
The old Howard Stern approach.
Was this pre her getting fucked by Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes.
Or post? Okay.
Very much pre.
So it was she was actually good at acting, and then he fucked her, and she became bad.
Sorry,
I don't know, because like Salt was after that, and like
Salt was good.
At Wanted. Like Billy Bob fucked up her free time, not her professional.
Gone in 60 Seconds was after. Oh no, that's after this movie, not after Billy Bob Thornton.
That was with Billy Bob.
So like he just kind of fucked up her free time, not necessarily her work time.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith was good.
Oh, so good.
Oh, that was with the Pit.
That was with the Pit.
I think.
Before herself and the Pit were a thing. A Bradgelina.
Yeah, that's
isn't
what
it?
made him a thing.
And now they're like 18 years later of trying to get divorced.
Showing. Yep.
They're still married?
I don't think so.
They're
Isn't he
fighting over
nearly
the
getting
kid.
back with... no, maybe that's J-Lo and fucking... Well, I won't lie to you guys. It's why you only come to us for the horror movie news, because the other news we were pretty much not up on.
Yeah.
Sadly.
We're not TMC over here.
Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt are getting back together. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were together? When the fuck did this happen?
He is with Jen, but they're like arguing over the kids apparently, so they're still like in and out of court constantly.
Ooh.
Okay, Carter handles
Brad
the
and
movie
Angelina.
news, evidently.
Oh.
I was trying to say like there is some TMZ because like I read a lot, so a lot of stupid shit, but I read a lot.
Okay. Good. Noted.
Yep.
You need to help Carter with his free time, so he's not doing that anymore.
I thought I did. I gave him fucking shit to fill him in 3 or 4 movies to watch a week. I thought that'd get him out of the TMZ buzz, but it would appear it's...
I'll send you actual
I'm
books. They will do your brain much better.
I don't want actual books. Carter want
I was
junk.
gonna say, right. The reason I get away with this shit is because it's like a 1-minute article. Like, I love and hate TMZ for that. Like, they can write for me. I'm like, oh, cool.
Badly written, overly sensationalized article. 1-minute article.
I both love and hate this article. By the
We
time
done
I finish it.
TMZ, and here we do movie news.
Yep.
It looks like she's currently single, guys.
Jolie?
Yes. Maybe.
I believe so.
And my phone just exploded. I don't know.
Don't throw it across the room, Nuke is.
That's only microphones.
The way he started throwing
dude.
things across the room, you could literally hop up on his back and start singing about "I'll be your backpack while you run." That's the level of anger. That's the level of anger that is coursing through the veins of Buzz the last 2 weeks.
I'll be your backpack while you run.
I was
What?
implying that you would
What?
be Yoda and he'd be your very angry, very ginger Luke Skywalker.
Teach you the ways of the angry force, I shall.
I was doing the video.
Oh, that's just the dark side. What am I fucking saying?
Yeah.
It was just week after week of,
I can be
hey,
your backpack while you
trying
run.
to get cut
Run,
out. We
run,
can't hear you.
run
We
and
can't
jump
hear
and then
you.
stop.
It's not working.
Ah.
How much of that
Just-
I can take. And
just-
I've got to
just
groovy
Buzz.
boogie.
Just Buzz, remember, peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion, I gain strength. Through strength, I gain power. Through power, I gain victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. The force.
Buzz and Karen have already clocked out. That's way too many steps. You need to compress that down
I made
a
it
little
to
bit.
chains.
I just want to
Yeah,
know what
I made it
step
to
is where I
chains.
turn on you and kill you and then become powerful.
4.
That doesn't happen because I'll never let you get that powerful. Biatch.
Because he's never going to give you up, and he's never going to let you down, and he's never going to run around.
But I might desert. But I might desert you if I find someone better over there.
Boo-doo, boo-doo.
That's a given.
Because that's how Sith Lords roll.
Like Rick Astley?
Who?
Rick Astley, the guy who sings the
Sith
song.
Rick.
There we go, Sith Rick. I just want to point out, dude, I made it all the way to the chains part, so I felt like I really hung in there. I don't remember what he said after chains, but I feel
That
like
was the
feel
force
like
that
I
set
was
me free. That
almost
was pretty much
home.
it. Yeah. yeah.
Fuck, I was almost home. Awesome.
Yep.
Let's talk
Hey,
about
the
some
Jedi
of.
one is way longer and harder to remember.
Let's talk about some of the tension and murder within the Bone Collector to get us back on track.
Ah,
Because it
I
is
can do
rife
that.
with both. While not as
Yeah,
graphic in the
it's-
murder scenes as Seven or something of that nature, there's still quite a.
So they still did pretty good, though. I mean,
Oh,
you
he
think
did pretty
about that
good.
Steam bimp thing.
Trying to drown a
That
kid in
was
her mom's
pretty-
pretty and her
Great
dad's
ball.
pretty steep. I was like, you know what? Sometimes simplicity. You know, there's no,
It really
let's
is.
rig a bear trap and make it work in reverse and rip a guy's face off. There's no,
Right.
you know, let's make a
steamed
guy
her
have
up
to
to
pluck
death.
his own eyeballs out just to be able to get out of the thing that I made him do. No, it's just let's tie a dude and his fucking kid to a big old pole and just wait for the water to rise above their heads. Tough
Right.
shenanigans.
And I mean, like, anytime you throw a kid into the scenario, that in itself, you don't have to be graphic like that. Just really grabs the audience. Like, not the kid. Don't give a fuck about
Amber
him.
Heard
but
is a
not the
shitlord.
kid.
Yes, and it's been legally proven now, so that's even better again.
You know what?
No!
Yeah,
Amber, I
have
told you
never-
not on the bed. No, you're a bad Amber. No.
She has become the owner of shit. It's insane. Every time I turn around, just poop. The poop mouth.
Well, I mean, you know, it's her own fault. She's now going to be known as Turd Herd for the rest of her life.
Right.
It's Amber Turd. Get it right.
Ah, sorry.
But the guy he steams a girl to death in one of the scenes at the beginning.
Yeah, that was pretty
Yeah.
gruesome and flattening.
Yeah, she got all burnt. I watched this edited, I think, because it was on TV, and I don't know if there was any super graphic stuff.
You
on
watched
there or
it
not.
with
No.
a night break.
No, to be fair, like
'Cause, I mean,
even yeah,
It's
the-
rated
they
R,
It
but
seemed like a big budget episode of Law and Order SVU, or not SVU because there was no sexual crimes, but just Law and Order. I forgot. Jesus Christ, there's like 18 of them.
I kind of felt like the R was more for like language and a bit of violence. It really
Roshi,
wasn't,
I don't
like,
think
for
we
a
should have a
level
herd
role.
and a turd for Christmas, but I do think, and feel free in the chat to throw out suggestions, I do think we should have a giz on it for Christmas instead of an elf on the shelf. A giz on or something. We'll make
hang
that
on.
happen.
Christine Applegate never played
Right. Yeah,
Catwoman
That was
in
Alicia
anything.
saw that.
Silverstone. That was Alicia Silverstone from Clueless
Yeah.
that played.
Yeah, that was Alicia Silverstone from Clueless.
Like, what if? Totally. Is that how she talked?
Something like that. I don't know.
Do you mean in Batman and Robin?
No, clueless.
But, yeah.
No,
God
I
damn
meant
that
in
one.
Batman
There's
and
also
Robin.
a
because-
high possibility, lads, that you might have got Jared where he just said something in the chat to watch her four nerd brains just go, that's not what's the fucking, no, that's not what's going on.
Almost
Minor
went into a
stroke.
Denzel Washington-esque seizure.
What rhymes with giz? There's giz and a jizz, but I really don't. A, I don't. It's the branding is going to be a pain in the fucking ass. B, I don't know how to visualize that without it being gross.
You could fizz up a giz.
You could what? You could what now? Did you hear what he said? I'm not joking. This isn't like one of those I'm going to give you a chance to retract your statement things. This is I did not hear what you just said,
I know,
motherfucker.
but your facial reaction, I'm sorry. Just the way you... I said you could fizz up a giz.
A giz and a fizz? How do you do that?
Or fizz on a giz. Oh, wait, hang on.
Oh, I don't want to know.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it does. Even for me, dude.
I ain't no fizzing, I no gizzing.
I don't want you to.
I have words coming
give me
in
felting
from
ideas.
the voices in my head. I will need to talk to Vince McMahon, but we could try. A giz and a miz.
Nope.
Oh.
Refer
Stop.
back to the backpack comments from earlier, but instead of Buzz, it's Miz.
Nope.
He's a great heel, man. You can't deny that.
Dude,
Can't-
seriously.
Can't
Stop.
wrestle for
One
the
of the
fucking
best
life of him,
heels.
but god damn, that guy's good on the mic. Well, in fairness, he can
I
wrestle.
don't know. He doesn't do bad, right?
He can wrestle. Just a very boring.
I think he wrestles to what he needs to wrestle like. I don't think he needs to
Yeah,
be,
they don't need all the fancy shit in WWE. He doesn't know
Yeah.
what they literally don't
he just
know
needs
what
to be a
to
chicken
do with it.
shit heel and wrestle.
They
like a
just
chicken
want
shit.
the big guy to hit the other big guy really hard and then pick one of the big guys up and relocate him to a different part of the ring, but aggressively.
Just briefly, I
Oh.
like giz in a quiz.
And
on a
just
quiz?
as a reminder, Bill said we agreed on Tickle Me Gizmo.
Oh, for frack's sake.
I totally forgot about that.
my only issues with Tickle Me Gizmo are I am going to have to build an animatronic skeleton that goes in each and every individual Tickle Me Gizmo. And A, I don't have the money to do that.
Oh.
And B, last time I checked with my robotics and whatever other qualifications you're supposed to have for building any of these kind of things, I don't have them.
You don't have them.
No. I
Oh,
can
but
I
you
can
have
build you a
this,
really
like-
cool model that looks like it would work as an animatronic thing, but it's probably not going to work. It'll look cool,
Oh,
but it won't move, which makes it
have a
not a
Giz,
Tickle
like-
Me Gizmo.
You have a Giz right down the street, and I'm sure he could do a robot like in a vibe. So there you go. Halfway there.
He's more black
No.
magic arts than technology, as has been established fucking
Yeah, but I'm
hundreds
sure
of
if you
times
throw-
on the
throw
show.
a few tickles his way, I'm sure things will change. He'll
He might
liven up or
bite me.
something.
That's probably, I might have less fingers than I did initially. That is probably the only thing that I can think of.
I can say this from
Be
the
like
safe
Angelina
distance of an
Jolie's
ocean.
character.
Imagine
I'm
trying to
okay
tickle
with
a wild
that.
orangutan. That's basically what I imagine.
What, me being
I don't
tickled?
want to imagine
Yeah, you being
any
me
of
trying to tickle you, I would imagine going like me trying to tickle a wild orangutan, where it's just going to be loads of face slaps and eventually someone bites a finger off. I'm not even going to say who. I'm not even going to say who. I might get
'Cause
slapped in the
it's-
face
it-
enough
it-
that I'm just like, alrighty, let's see how well you slap with fucking 9 fingers, you fucking bitch.
Pretty good. Now
you
got
catch
blood
me on the
streaks
wrong
you.
day, I can be very testy. I'm not me when I'm hungry, as they say.
the Snickers.
Or someone's finger. GoreCast,
Okay,
that's
so
the beauty.
crunchies.
You don't need an animatronic stuff because Giz breaks tech anyway, so just get a stuffed animal. Okay, well, we can call it a Tickle Me Gizmo because you can still tickle it. It's just not going to
Move.
Why doesn't it move?
do
'Cause it's a
anything.
giz
I
and-
suppose we could get those little voice box recorder things that you put in the stomach that just screams abuse at anyone anytime you try to tickle it. It'll be the try to tickle me Gizmo.
Get the fuck away from me.
Just have Katie like felt a angry face.
Get
on
your
there.
fingers off my fur. Get your fingers off my
Right.
fur. Get your fingers off my...
Sure, we can get Drowning Pool to perform it.
Yeah. No, probably not, because I think you'll find that he's not taking a lot of work at the moment.
Right. Yeah, that's a damn shame.
Penny in the air.
Give him a minute.
Well, I know the one guy died.
Yeah, well, that's
That
the
was-
one that's saying that's
there.
us.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're still around, just with a different singer. You can still
They're
sing
not,
it.
though.
No.
Are they?
They're not. I thought they were.
They had one
I
extra tune.
mean, right.
I'm just saying that that's in our budget because who else is buying it? Because
I mean, that's like
They
the
suck.
fact that Skid Row's on tour again, but it's not Skid Row.
anyway, the Bone Collector, Angelina Jolie, pretty fucking Joe Bob, Billy Bob, Ron Bob.
If you want to
Some
watch
kind
a
of
guy
Bob.
solve a crime from his bed while having other people do a lot of
I'm
walking
sorry,
for
what
him,
Bob is in the movie?
This is the movie.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about.
Nobody. I said
He was thinking Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, yeah, and then you said
I-
wrong Bob,
yeah.
so I'm like, sorry, what
Right.
I
Bob
said
are we
Joe
supposed
Bob
to be talking
first.
about?
I said Joe Bob first. I said, oh shit, not Bob.
Oh, right.
Billy
Oh,
Bob.
you just went through all the Bobs you know, which is Billy Bob and Joe Bob.
No, because I said pre.
You
I
sound
said
like you're at a
pre-fucking-
fucking Beverly Hillbillies fucking family reunion, by the way. Do you know like that?
Joe Bob,
Do you know
Billy
that
Bob.
scene in Scary Movie when your man gets out of the trailer that's parked in front of the school? And he's like, "I'll catch you later. See you later, Big Jim, Little Jim, Baby Jim,
Right.
Mama Jim."
Yeah.
Almost getting there,
I meant to
Jim.
say pre-fucking Billy Bob, but I accidentally said pre-fucking Joe Bob, and I messed up. I corrected it.
I love how you equate her. Number one, I can't think of bad movies that she was in.
It was just a bit. Obviously, didn't land. We can move on.
I don't
Wanted.
think we can.
That is a Wanted. That is a steaming pile of
I
shit.
liked
No.
Wanted.
No,
I liked
that
Wanted.
was good.
I
Now
liked-
it
That
has nothing to do
was
with the comic
fucking-
book. It had nothing to do with the comic
It
book.
had nothing to
They
do with the
should
comic book.
Fucking
No.
made. It's
What?
not like that. Hang on. Let's be
But it
fair.
was
That's
still a
just
good
one
action
story.
flick.
And it was fucking
Car chases,
wrong.
good. Shootouts, good.
Awesome.
Did we do some Matrix shit? No. Instead of them being bendy, the bullets are bendy. It's a whole
Right.
different movie. You
Did we
breathe
in
in
any way
really
follow the
slow.
story?
You
Did we
breathe
in
out
any way
really
follow
slow.
the story
You
that was
breathe
written?
in really
No.
slow. You breathe out
Again.
really slow. You breathe in
That was
really
my
slow.
point.
And then from what I understand after that fourth breath in, you are a gun ninja.
Yep. I mean,
It's
yeah, they completely
absolute-
fucked off the comic,
Total
but the movie was good.
nothing.
Action-packed,
Nothing got to
no
do with the story
plot
that was
awesomeness.
actually written.
It's great.
Nothing got to do with the story that was actually
Who
written
gives a shit?
whatsoever.
It was just a fun movie.
Me.
Okay.
But it's not
Well, that's what I'm
supposed to be.
saying,
It's
like-
supposed to be a really fun, groundbreaking movie, but it wasn't. It was shit.
I enjoyed it.
I would have
Yeah.
enjoyed it a whole lot better if
You would have
just,
enjoyed a whole
just,
lot of stuff a whole lot better if you didn't read the thing first.
oh no, whatever shall I do? I actually like seeking out good stories, and then I'm annoyed when people don't fucking do them properly, and we're supposed to enjoy them.
They didn't do
Sick.
it exactly as it was written in the comic book, and my brain can't.
They
Don't
didn't do
handle
it anything like it was written in the comic book.
Don't
That
depend bullets in the
story-
comic book.
No,
No, not at all.
no,
No.
no.
Not a one. Not a
They
singular
weren't
bullet pen.
assassins. That
No.
they weren't
Ju-
hitmen.
Actually, I
They
tell you
weren't,
what,
they
hang
weren't
on.
magical
Do you
hitmen
wanna
with
know-
the bullet
do you wanna know
powers
what they
of
did?
fucking
No.
Thor.
No, they weren't.
No.
No, they weren't. They
No.
were actually all the greatest supervillains won. All the superheroes are dead. All the supervillains have won. They secretly rule the world, and that one guy we're getting introduced to is the son of one of them, who is being used by his outfella to flush out all these fucking enemies.
Angelina and Beowulf was
Well-
rubbish, Bill. You are correct.
Actually, no,
Hackers
I thought she
wasn't
was good
rubbish. Are you mental?
But hackers, like I dug that one too.
Hackers is great fun.
Yeah.
Hackers is great fun.
Again,
it
I don't
made
go to
everybody
it to
think
see
computer
any
hacking
techno-
was so much fucking
Right.
sexier than it actually.
Right.
There's I got floating fucking CDOS prompts and fucking screens all over, and we're all wearing tight leather, and my boobs are out, and the fucking whole thing. Where it's realistically, it's some dude just like, okay, Granny 01, Granny
they definitely-
02.
They definitely did not
Granny
make it
03.
accurate when it came to the computering, but it was still a good movie. I mean,
How
come
did they
on.
manage to
Well,
hack
then I
everything?
forgot she was
They
in-
go in the computer. It's so simple.
I forgot she was in Taking Lives. Remember that movie?
No.
Oh yeah. It wasn't bad. I remember watching it when it came out, but like Hackers and shit, I've seen a few times. Wanted, like Taking Lives was a good kind of one and done. But
Anyway, Bone Collector. We're gonna play the trailer. Did we even review the movie?
yes,
Kind of.
We did.
Denzel
I don't know about
Washington.
kind of.
Denzel
like,
Washington did a thing. Angelina Jolie helped because she had legs and he didn't. And Michael Rooker. And
And we
Al
discussed
Bundy.
the fact that it's a very good mystery movie that is shot really well, is told really well. It's a good story. It is a modern day Sherlock Holmes story that actually still manages to have the audience engage with it if they choose to and try and figure out who the fuck the killer is.
All
and
right.
a crippled dude solves shit that other people can't.
Yep.
Rock. So
We're going to jump into the trailer where you'll still be able to
no,
hear our
I like
audio
so.
because I think this will be a good way of resolving the thing. So it's either going to be us talking over the trailer or I might even fucking put the weebs on the screen as well and just see how that goes.
Well, we know Kegs wants the weebs.
Kags.
Sure.
He's not.
Yes.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
he's
think
not.
Kags is here.
Is he in?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
Kags is here.
Oh, he is.
He comes for the weeb show. He
He is.
doesn't miss
good
it.
job not paying attention to the
Kags,
audience.
don't miss a weeb show when you can.
Carter's here.
Nope.
I got you.
No.
I saw
Papa's
you.
got you. Papa's got you.
Yeah. Just
Carter's
thank you.
here.
It's
Papa's
okay.
got you. God, change the fucking name of the trailer, you bellend.
Right, I'm Denzel Washington.
I was so busy setting up the audio, I forgot to write in the trailer name. 1995 for this? 1999, yes. 95 for 7.
7.
Correct.
Who does this? Universal Pictures, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Go my brain. Okay, cool. Right, trailer, and then we come back with our votes. Trailer. Why won't you do what I'm telling you? Oh yeah, I did that. Trailer.
Universal Pictures with Columbia Pictures helping too.
You know, they say that we come into this world with a preordained destiny. I don't believe it, though.
Yeah, that's my
See
song.
you make it. Stay back until I work the crime scene.
Okay.
For 15 years.
Is it weird that it looked like Denzel was? Is it weird that the start of that trailer looks like they CGI Denzel into like a New York backdrop or something?
But Detective Lincoln
Probably did.
Rhyme had given up on life.
This is Universal Pictures. They don't got. Yeah.
Until a killer with no mercy.
We have green screen. We've got green screen.
Found him dead, buried, hands sticking out of the ground with his wife's
Damn it,
diamond ring
Peg.
band shoved on one of his fingers.
And a
I want to get a caption.
Homicide, I can't let you through.
We got Officer Donahue here to thank for photographing the crucial evidence.
gave him a reason to live.
I want you to work the case with.
Right.
Yeah.
No, actually, her major qualification for getting on the case is the fact that she collected evidence in such a way that it impressed your man, and he.
I can't do this.
Yes, you can. I'm with you every step of the way.
To see.
She took really good pictures with awesome.
Lincoln, I found this map of some
Right,
kind.
and she had a
Check it
kid go
with
grab
clean
for her.
This crime scene was staged. There's no question the perp knows forensics.
No, I knew.
Before the next victim is chosen.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Doesn't that kind of look like a face?
Third piece of the puzzle. I want Donahue to go in first.
Right.
She's not trained for this.
People up, time them up things, steaming them to death. Only in 19 exactly.
I gave you so many clues.
To get to the bottom.
Or the 1920s, like the original murder that the guy copied in the film.
Some people win, some people lose. The game is over.
The whole point is that your man is
copied
copying
that book.
murders from the book written in the 1920s of real life crimes.
So he was complaining because that's not how the book did it, so he had to do it the way the book did it. Oh, nice.
See, now you're getting it.
Makes sense.
Sometimes if you don't do this stuff properly, you piss off the people that you're trying to impress. Hey, he fucking did it, not me.
This movie is getting negative point deductions now because I realized.
Don't make the movie suffer because Giz has been a fucking jackass.
Whoa, Giz isn't being
No.
a jackass. Buzz fucking brought it back up again. Giz is merely pointing out the fact that when stuff is done wrong, it irritates those that were looking forward to it coming out in the first place because, you know, hey, this is going to be cool. No, it's not.
I'm
It's
just
crap.
mad because this was the the 1999 version of That's Not How the Book Did It. So now I'm taking 2 points away from it.
Except that in this, the guy is doing it how the book did it.
Oh, I'm gonna throw something in 2 seconds.
Just as long as it's not your mic again.
It doesn't matter. The fucking thing don't work, so I might as well.
There you go.
Okay.
That's now your
Not
throw
your
toy.
camera.
When you're upset, you throw the mic because it's already broke.
You know, if you all just start chucking stuff around your rooms because Giz has egged you into it, he wins, right? That's like
Carter's not chucking
Some people
shit.
just want to. Some people just want to watch the world burn.
yeah,
Or
and some people
their
just want to
co-host
watch other
trusted their
people
own
burn
place.
other people's stuff.
Right.
Right.
Most I
Okay.
thought the chucked it was a cat.
So, can I get votey votes for the Bone Collector?
7.
No, that's
that's
the
right, we're
next
doing
movie.
10.
Buzz, thanks though.
Doing 10. There we go.
We're doing 10. Yeah.
6.
Okay, we are doing out of 10.
Yeah.
I give it a 6 out of 5.
I thought Buzz was just making a joke because we're reviewing the movie 7 next, and he was just trying to be confusing.
No, because we upped our scale because Carter kept fucking it up.
He was
with
giving
the
it an
5.
8. Then you informed him that it's an entire movie about this isn't how the book did it, and then he gave it a 7.
Except it's not an entire film about this isn't how the book did it. It's an entire film about this book is cool. Now I'm going to redo it.
Now it
The
gets
number
6.
that you
I'm
want to
giving it a 6
associate
now.
with the
He
movie,
keeps
say it
talking,
out
it's
your
funny, he
mouth
keeps
now.
dropping it.
6. I changed it. I hate it even more now.
It's down. I'm not giving a good movie less points because you have a biff going with fucking gizzles.
I'm giving it an 8. It's a good detective story, a bit slow, but it's damn good fucking Sherlock Holmes story. Or Sherlock Holmes
Actually,
like
if I
story.
wanna piss him off, I'll give it
Justifiable
a
slow.
10
It's not
because
like
it'll be higher
drag
than
ass slow
most
though, just to clarify.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I will
Poignant
also
slow.
Just a bigger budget version of
give a
Law and Order.
7. I think.
I mean, Denzel Washington did play a great guy laying in the bed.
Right.
Like,
I mean, he
Only
brought
moving
like
his
a lot of
fingers.
life to that bed. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
And that finger clicking.
So it's an
edge of my
average
seat.
rating of 72 for Bone Collector. I nearly said 7. Huh.
Confusion.
Confusion, yes. Confusion, say. So, from 1995. Oh, God, this is fucking so good.
Do you want me to take this one?
No, I fucking don't.
I see what you did there, Giz.
I think that may answer your question there.
For that, bye-bye Giz.
Yeah.
Oh,
No
come
review
on, that
for
was
you.
funny.
You can come back for Batman. I'll just go
You
for
do
the-
not want me missing out on 7.
It's not the way the fucking thing did it.
It's cool. I don't think we got a. I don't think we have a comic of 7. So
I'm sure.
So, sorry, loads of bright screens just opened up on my screen here. On
there
my
we go.
own.
I thought your mic dropped. I was like, is that?
No.
mine
I
or
was
yours?
just like, why is everything so bright all of a sudden? My eyes, they do not like. So, 7 is yet another dark psychological thriller detective story featuring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, with Brad Pitt being kind of the rookie murder detective cop and Morgan Freeman being the highly veteranized, highly respected, bossy, pushy head detective in the scenario.
Being
things.
the, "I'm
And it's
too
also,
old for
most
this
importantly, directed by David Fincher, which if you're going to do anything in relation to dark psychological, anything that involves loads of twists and turns and subliminal notes to be left through a movie that give you little keys that you're nearly butt kicking yourself by the time you get to the end of the movie because you didn't realize something, David Fincher's a guy. So there is a guy, and he is murdering a whole bunch of folks, and all of the murders are associated to one of the deadly sins from the 7 deadly sins. And there's just basically a very long, dark, sordid investigation that goes through just some very, very graphic murder scenes, some amazing clues going on, and what I like about this, and it ties into the next movie as well, is probably one of the movies where the guy who's murdering everybody goes out of his way to show up in front of all the cops at some points in the movie, but nobody has a fucking clue who he is at that point in the movie, so nobody notices him. There's an absolute cinematic masterclass that goes on within 7 as well, which, like, even if you look at the way they break down the shots with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman's characters all the time, it's always Morgan Freeman's in the foreground, Brad Pitt's in the background. Even when it cuts to the reverse shots, it's Morgan Freeman is standing in front of Brad Pitt, or Morgan Freeman is much closer to the shot, and that gradually changes more and more as the movie goes by, as Morgan Freeman's kind of respect level for Brad Pitt's character, I suppose, kind of goes on and up. And I don't have much more plot to really get into. It's just, that's in a weird. I think I just exorcisted 7. It's just like
I was expecting. I legitimately, man, the way you were going on, I was actually sitting down and kind of going, okay, strap in.
Strap in, because I'm going to talk about some of the really cool cinematic points within the movie. I'm not going to be doing what you guys do, where it's I tell you what happens with the movie from start to finish.
I didn't do start to finish.
No, you didn't. You said some chick pukes on a fucking bed, spins her head around 14 times, and then regurgitates on a priest.
Oh, Carter just can't do right. That's cool. That's cool.
It also goes middle to finish.
Fine. Whatever.
Sorry, what were you? Sorry. What did you say, Buzz?
I said he goes middle to finish because he just girl spins head around, spits vomit, the end. It's like that was like in the middle of the movie. There's really no start.
Priest chucks himself out window, rolls downstairs. The end.
Yeah.
that better?
Yeah.
Mom screams horrified.
No.
Credits.
Missing it. It's okay.
Yeah, I know.
I was saying the girl, her head spinning around and her throwing up was in the middle of the film, so he didn't really do start to finish. He went middle to finish.
I feel like I did the Bone Collector pretty decent. Thank you.
I think you did the Bone Collector pretty decent.
Didn't say you didn't.
You
said Denzel Washington is finger things or something or another.
Finger things.
He was finger banging people.
That computer's new love.
Well, we all know what part of that review Buzz was paying attention to.
I'm probably going to have, before I get back on to 7, I'm probably going to have to clarify that that was something that we just said in passing. I don't think that actually happened in the movie. If it did, it wasn't in the fucking version that I fucking watched.
It was a deleted scene. We didn't see it. I watched the edited version.
Did he send you the version that you watched? That might have been a different movie.
Probably.
Why am I being blamed for this? Never mind.
We'll say you always find that weird director's cut.
He likes what he does.
We should have our own vote. Everyone gets a vote, actually. Sorry, I do get a... Sorry. That is something I forgot to do. One moment. Thank you, Jer. I'm going to say right now, by the way, I am instantaneously regretting wearing this fucking hat tonight.
So take it off.
My hair goes all over the headphones and in my face, and I can't. I need some way of keeping this untamable mop tamed. There we go. Yeah, there. There we go. There's a lot of twists and turns in 7. As you can imagine, as I previously stated, due to the fact that it's a Dave Fincher movie, where I'm actually blanking for some reason. I don't know what's going on. I think I'm actually melting in this hat. I might actually have to take the hat off.
I thought Kevin Spacey fucking killed it though.
Oh.
It's just that weird.
It had been so long since I'd seen 7 that I completely forgot that he was in it.
Yeah,
like,
same here.
Fuck yeah,
Who?
Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah, okay. I was trying to tiptoe around that until we got to the end. That was part of my blankings. It doesn't matter now because I'm blanking, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, no.
I thought you were blanking on the names. So I was just like,
no. I have the names all here.
None of us have said who he was. We were just saying that we forgot that he was in the film.
Yeah.
There's so many really good movies that got tarnished by the fact that he was a crazy psychopath who
Dude.
possibly murdered some people in
He
real
was,
life.
he was the
No
Michael
shit.
Booker of this bit.
Like that sucks, you know, because you think about oh, dude, what was that he did? Can't think of the movie now. Oh, Usual Suspects. Like he did a lot of good shit in this time.
Yeah. And now you're just kind of like, I think that guy may have murdered some people.
Dead.
Right. Like I just caught what was that? Murder on the Nile, and in the comment section,
Is he dead?
no, but in the comment section they brought up the whole Army Hammer guy and how he's now like possibly eating people and shit. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that too. Fuck. So many good movies, and then like
Actor Army Hammer?
yeah,
He's eating people?
apparently, like I remember seeing something about that. Like he, like some texts got out where he was all like, I wouldn't mind trying an arm, maybe a leg. Like it, like
Sorry,
some weird
Kevin.
text got
Sorry,
out.
Kevin Spacey is eating people.
No,
No,
Army
Army
Hammer.
Hammer's
Hammer.
Army Hammer's eating people. Apparently, Kevin Spacey's just murdering them.
Right.
Did you not see this? Do you know when the whole Me Too thing kicked off in Hollywood?
Yeah.
And do you remember when he got wrapped up in an absolute
got-
tornado of shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got replaced in the middle
one
of
of the
a
main
movie,
people
like
in
it
the
got bad.
one of the main people that was coming out against him, it was like Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve or something, and Kevin Spacey just shot this scene in character as your man from the what's that thing he was in, the government-y thing, the TV show.
Oh, the Hightower?
No.
No. Kevin
West-
Spacey.
No, not West Wing.
Movies. Let's see.
Does anyone in the chat know the name of it? What's the name of that goddamn TV show on Netflix that Kevin Spacey was in?
House of Cards?
House of Cards, yeah. He basically came out and did this like statement, but as your man from House of Cards, that was like very cryptic, not cryptic, and essentially like, I'll crush my enemies kind of thing. And then the dude was dead the following day. And it was just like, well, that's weird, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that one. I know he had like somebody step out with the whole like, hey, he did inappropriate shit, but I didn't know he actually caught a body somehow.
Yeah, that guy that stepped out about him doing the inappropriate shit then stepped off
Oh,
permanently.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah. 24 hours after he comes out as your man from fucking House of Cards, it is basically like, you can't keep a bad guy down. Blah, 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 blah. Murder, kill.
Yeah, that ain't suspect. All right.
Which has him perfectly suited for his role in this movie, to be honest, because he's a
Right.
slimy, snaky little sadist that loves taking out his...
I don't think I like Kevin Spacey anymore.
I think I think a lot of people are like that now, to be honest.
I
If
still
anything,
don't
I'd say you
appreciate-
might be a little bit late to the train.
That's true.
You're on
I
the
still
train
gotta
now, but
appreciate
there's
the
no
work
seats.
put out there though, because Usual Suspects was just awesome.
Well, I mean, like, there's that methodology or that thought process as well, that it's like you should hate the guy,
Separate
not the art.
person from the
Right.
artist.
Separate. Right.
Good movie's a good fucking movie. It just happens to have a fucking psychopath in it.
Right.
I have a hard time doing that with some
Yeah.
things, but
Um,
to that 7.
the whole crime investigation, or sorry, not crime investigation, but the whole investigative side of this is truly gripping the way it is done. Just due to there's some stuff where you think it's being blatant, and you're like, oh, okay, well, it's definitely going to be, and then you're like, okay, well, that actually had nothing to do with the thing, and then it turns out that it's like this tiny little clue within the larger room that they see is the actual thing that they should have been looking for the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Which is amazing. It's shot absolutely fantastically, and there is literally pretty much the same as in any David Fincher movie. There's not a wasted frame of film that isn't telling some sort of story all the time. As I said, like, even if you take the visualization of the way all of the shots are composed with Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman's characters, it actually, just the way the shot composition changes through the movie tells a story about the change in their story arc as to how the two characters view each other themselves. It's an absolute slow burn of a movie, but there's, as I said, it's a slow burn as in the investigative side of it, but when there's plenty of crime scenes that are fucking dark. Before there was Jigsaw, there was the guy from Seven. Except the guy from Seven doesn't give anyone an opportunity to get out of their curve. Well, bar that one dude, you know, the guy that was like tied to the bed, to kind of essentially rot away.
That poor bastard.
Yeah, but that wasn't.
I can't even
that
imagine.
that wasn't an opportunity to live. That was an extended sadistic punishment.
Yeah.
I can't imagine the fucking psych bill after that.
That scene, after that scene is like my favorite line in the movie, where the guy's like, you know, he's experienced like the worst pain that any human being has ever endured, and he still has hell to look forward to. I was like, oh, that's like a fucking mic drop. It's like, boom. Such a good movie. Such a good
I gotta say, like, because Johnny keeps bringing up how good David Fincher is, and I was looking through his list, and I realized I've only seen like 2 of his movies.
Fight Club
and Seven.
Go through the list.
Gone Girl, Zodiac, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Need to see Zodiac. Highly underappreciated.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw Zodiac.
Alien 3. Oh, The Curious
Also,
Case of
that
Benjamin
was his
Button.
directorial debut, Alien 3.
Okay.
And the Alien 3, in his defense, the Alien 3 that man shot was
Is
fucking amazing.
the different one. It's
Yeah.
The Curious Case of Benjamin Buttons. See the girl with this dragon tattoo, the girl in the spider web.
Yeah, he did all the
That's the
Americanization.
trilogy.
He did the Americanization version of the
See,
Swedish.
I
wanna say.
started the girl with the dragon tattoo and couldn't finish it.
It's a slow,
And
long movie.
Oh, hang on.
Good.
My mistake. He didn't do the Americanization. I think he did the original.
yeah. But no, I just realized those are the only 2 or 3, because Alien 3. Those are the only 3 I saw. And I'm not a Fight Club fan, so Alien 3 and 7, Rockstar.
Sorry.
That was awkward silence.
Sorry.
I can see the rage and sadness and
There's a range of
can't-
emotions
I
going on
can't
in
see
Johnny
his-
Deadly right now.
I can't see his face. So
Sorry.
I'll have to
Johnny's
lean
in
into
the whole
that.
glass case of
Sorry,
emotions.
I'm going to need you to repeat what you said about Fight Club there.
Well, I mean, technically, if I stand by the
he-
rule, we don't talk about Fight Club, so I guess we should just get back to 7.
And I was right. I was right the first time. And Fincher did the remake of the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo,
Oh,
as opposed to the
okay.
original Swedish one from
So
2009.
then I saw his version of it then.
Okay.
No,
It
I'm
wasn't
sorry,
with the
dude.
fact that you
I-
Fight Clubbed yourself out of that argument.
See, I don't like it, but I did pay attention to it.
I'll be honest, I've seen Zodiac, but I don't remember being overly impressed with it the way that I would be like with Fight Club 7. And like I said, Fincher did the first take of Alien 3, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
That kind of-
before the
yeah.
studio came in and went, we need this movie to be different.
Yeah, because I've got essentially his version as well, and it is a better film.
Yeah, the Fincher
sorry,
cut's a
there's two
whole
versions?
different movie. Yeah, there's the Fincher cut and there's
Oh.
what the studio made Fincher cut.
A lot of the first couple Alien
Like
movies
Fincher,
had, like,
Fincher pretty much took his name off the movie after it because he ended up having so little to do with the editing process by the end of it.
Yeah,
because they
Gotcha.
even Aliens had a bunch of James Cameron had a bunch of shit that was taken
Well,
out.
to be fair, that was less studio involvement and more, hey, we can't bring out a 2.5 hour long movie, dude. Cut it the fuck back.
Did you hear
Although,
that, Marvel?
personally, I am more than happy to sit down and watch the 2.5 hour long Aliens because it's a fucking masterpiece.
Did you hear that, Marvel? We don't like 2.5 hour long movies, Marvel.
And
Marvel.
I have an audio drama that fits in after. Just
I
before
honestly don't care about the audio drama.
Sorry, I'm sorry. My brain got excited, and I like to tell people about stuff that I think is cool when they show interest. Maybe there's people in the chats that would be interested in
Who
it.
showed interest?
Dude, I could barely make it through Snyder's cut, dude. 2.5 hours, like, good God.
Well, those in the chat are
Of
pretty
aliens,
much
yeah,
like
it's
saying
great.
preach
It's
about
great.
the fuck your 2.5 hour long movies. So I'm assuming the radio dramas are probably not going to fly.
No, they're like
I don't mind them as
5
long
or
as
6
long
hours.
as what you're putting in there is worth watching.
Yeah.
Then I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're gonna put 2+ hours in a movie, I want like that whole old school theater break where it's like we cut, hey, go to the bathroom, bro, grab some more popcorn, bro. Like I need that in my life.
And
If
they
you-
probably
but
would
don't
have.
you watch
If
most
you're
of the movies
watching
at
it
home?
Yeah, but
Can't
it's
you
weird,
just
like,
pause and
pause
go
it.
to the bathroom and get some popcorn?
You could, but then like you pause and it's like, but what if they do like a solid break and go, hey, bro, we got you.
Okay, do you
then I
know your
feel
phone?
better. Yeah.
You queue up the
Set
let's
an
all
alarm
go
at
to the
for,
lobby
like-
advert. You pause,
Just
you
it's not
play
the
that,
same.
and then you go get some popcorn and take a piss.
I'm just saying, at home, I feel like I'm interrupting in the middle of a conversation, whereas old school like gave a proper break. Hey,
Wait
Well,
until
that's
they're
why
not talking.
in the Justice League they had the different chapter 1.
right,
chapter 2.
right.
Which was pretty good.
That, which is what I appreciated. Chapter 1, pause. I'm not interrupting anybody. I'm about to start some shit.
You
Chapter
pause
3,
the chapter
exactly.
1.
Piss and get snapped.
Exactly. Not enough movies have chapters.
Opening credits roll. Pause. I need to piss. I don't think you have ADD, Carter. I think you have a weak bladder.
Oh no, I have both. I'm not gonna lie. It's weak bladder and ADD. Because if the bladder's not in the back of my mind, ADD's like, what's that shiny thing over there? Credits. Fuck, I missed the movie.
See you, Jer. Have a
It
good
just
night.
happens. Later, Jer. I have a lot of fucking problems. I thought we like came across this already. My bad.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say you guys are all saying that complaining about 2.5 hour movies is Batman's almost fucking 3.
That's fine.
Yes.
Justice League is 4.
That's fine. Yeah,
But
but
Batman
technically
Rock-
Justice League is 1 hour, 20-minute movies.
And
Like it is
Batman was better.
like if you think about it, like that was never the way that was supposed to be released. That was supposed to be 3 movies.
right.
Yeah.
Do you know
No.
what I mean?
Or 2.
No,
Two and a
that
bit.
was supposed to be the beginning of it, and then there would be another 2.
Right.
But I don't think it was
So,
supposed to be
like,
that long. He ended up adding loads of shit in because he was kind of like, right, I have to tell this whole fucking story that was supposed to be 4
right,
fucking
like,
movies
I'm not gonna get a chance.
in one
Yeah, I
movie.
suppose you kind of added in extra stuff afterwards. I
Yeah.
guess, yeah.
Because he realized this was his one and done kind of vibe.
Yeah, we're dissing some of the 2.5. I'm saying not every goddamn movie now needs to be 2.5 fucking hours. It's like at some stage the
Exactly.
mandatory length of a movie changed, and everyone was like, "Well, sure, if it's under fucking an hour 20 minutes, it's a fucking short film." When the fuck did that happen?
Thank you.
I remember when like maximum short
thought
film was
short
like
film was supposed to be,
45
like-
minutes. Or actually,
Right.
no, I believe like legit legally, I think once you get over 48 minutes, you're a feature.
Yeah.
If memory's it's 40 something minutes anyway. You're a
I
feature.
miss like the
I
true
think we looked that up.
definition of shit that we used to use. Now everything's gotta be like fucking Waterworld Plus.
Remember
The
that
Postman.
short film, Friday the 13th? That was a
Do
short
you know what's
film.
do you know what's actually amazing, and a credit to the Batman movie? Sorry, actually I'll just line up the trailer for fucking 7.
Hey Trev.
7's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
7's an awesome movie.
Probably my favorite kind of like whatever
Well,
you want
it's-
to box it in.
One of the magical things
genre-wise.
storyline wise about 7 is like it's a proper it's a proper who done it. Like it's not like one of these weird ones where it's like, okay, I think it's this guy and I think it's that guy and I think it's this guy. It's this fucking asshole is literally running rings around me for the entire fucking film. What is going on? And that's just the 2 detectives in the movie, basically. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you can see Morgan Freeman begin to unravel as the movie goes on as well, because he's used to figuring shit out way fucking quicker than they're going doing it in the movie. And it's just, your man's just one step ahead. All the little clues that they're getting left are intentional.
But I dug it because Morgan Freeman's trying to figure some shit out, trying to rein in this young guy that doesn't really know as much as he thinks he does. Like
Yeah.
it's just such a good pairing.
Yeah,
I
they're a
think the other
good,
side of
they're
it
a
as
good
well
old cop,
is-
new cop.
Yeah.
I think the other side of it as well is it's less about as the film goes on, Morgan Freeman not being able to solve it, and more about as the film goes on, Morgan Freeman being pulled further and further into a world that's growing darker and darker that he was trying to get out of in the first place anyway.
Right.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, for Christ's sake, I'm fucking back in this fucking shit and fuck, it keeps getting worse. What the fuck? It's
Exactly.
getting worse.
Like he was kind of looking forward to retirement and like the sunny, happy days.
Or at
Yeah.
least getting the fuck away
Enjoy your
from
sunny, happy
that.
days after having to investigate this fucking kerfuffle, but
Right.
I literally saw a fat guy pretty much turned inside out in his own fucking bedroom.
And just the whole, he'll be okay. We're here for him.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we're here for him, but I don't know if he's going to be okay. Stop. Oh, boy.
Is 7 Universal Pictures?
7
New Line Cinema.
It's New Line.
The house that Freddy built.
I think I'm 90%.
Do you know,
certain
if
it's New
memory
Line.
serves me correctly, there was some interesting...
New Line.
It was originally Warner Brothers, I believe, and Warner Brothers and Fincher had a rocky
Disagreement?
relationship, to say the least. I think over Alien 3, possibly.
That would make sense.
So they started stepping in and saying the thing about the doing their usual fucking shtick, and he said, "Look, I either get to do the movie the way I want to do the movie, or I fucking walk and I take the movie somewhere fucking else." And he walked, and then
Someone
New
else
Line
would
just
go
went
out.
fine, whipped in.
Actually, yeah, I'm just looking at it here. New Line sent David Fincher the screenplay to review for his interest in the project. They accidentally sent him the original screenplay with the head in the box ending. At the time, Fincher had not read a script for over a year and a half since frustrating experience of making Alien 3. Said, "I thought I'd rather die of colon cancer than do another movie." That's how fucking pissed off he was with the movie making industry because of what happened.
Yeah.
But eventually he agreed to do 7 because he was drawn to the script, which he found to be a connect the dots movie that delivers about inhumanity. It's psychologically violent. It implies so much, not about what you do, but how you do it. And he found it to be a meditation on evil rather than a police procedural, which he's absolutely fucking correct.
Yeah. I was going to say, like,
this,
if you think
this
about it,
is
some
like
of the
Oz
arguments they had is just brilliant.
Yeah, it's because they're trying to analyze the mindset of the kind of person that not only would do this stuff, but the kind of person who is right over here in the total and utter crazy box, but B, still at the opposite spectrum in regards the meticulous nature of what he does, the planning, the poise, the way that he has that guy in the bed. He took a year to slowly but surely emaciate that dude to the point that those guys bust in the door at that exact right time. So while
Coffin dust
the guy
tied to a bed.
Yeah, so while the guy is obviously batshit fucking insane, he is also so
High level. Oh, yeah.
fucking intelligent.
Dude, he's so intelligent that the only reason they caught him is because he let them catch him. Like, he wasn't
Because it was
getting
part of his
Right,
fucking...
Yeah, he wasn't getting caught in the first
And
place.
They had no
Like,
fucking
like
clue
Graham.
who he was.
The only reason he got caught is because he's so batshit insane that he wanted to get caught.
Yeah, it was all part of his plan. And part of that plan comes into the proper serial killer aspect of it, because serial killers like to have their work acknowledged. And I think part of that was, he was just like, okay, I might as well just fucking walk in here because these guys are never going to figure out who the fuck I am. Hey, I think you're looking for me. I murdered, like, Fat Boy in the fucking apartment.
And like the whole him like cutting his like fingertips off so that he was leaving no actual like DNA evidence of fingerprints. It's like you said, brilliant / psychotic all in one character. Which, by the way, won 3 MTV Movie Awards in 1996.
Oh shit!
Did he
One for
smack the
best
shit out of
film.
anyone for saying comments about his wife on stage?
This was 1996. This
Oh,
was
everyone was
pre-
smacking everyone back then. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Kevin Spacey won for Best
Yep,
Villain.
makes sense.
Best Movie, 1996-7.
Also makes
And
sense.
the 1996 Most Desirable Man.
I thought it was going to be more.
Oh, not Morgan Freeman.
That's MTV for you. They're not a Morgan Freeman bunch of.
I bet if they did it now, like if they were to put the two of them up against each other, there'd be so many kind of going, I don't know, but there's the Morgan Freeman voice. You know,
Oh,
I think he'd be in there with a fair shot.
Morgan Freeman voice can turn ladies into water slides.
There we go. Let's try a different hat to keep my hair out of my face. This seems lighter. Will we do the trailer for 7 and come back? Or does anyone else have any thoughts that they want to do?
No, that's.
I'll say more in the ending.
Yeah, sorry. I had all these scenes I wanted to break down and then just blanked for some reason when we went on camera. I don't know what happened there. The fact that my eyes are seemingly involuntarily trying to move themselves together might have something to do with it. But anyway, we're gonna move. We're gonna hit the
Stop
trailer.
being sleepy, dude.
I'm not even fucking. I'll tell you after the show because I forgot our audio's in the trailers now. We'll see you in the trailer. We'll be back in a second.
Do you like what you do for a living? These things you see.
So Trev brought up a good question. At the end, would you pull the trigger or throw cuffs?
Sometimes.
I was like, dude, you're fucking eating a bullet.
Detective William Somerset is looking for a way out.
I know.
You're retiring. 6 more days and you're all the way
I know.
gone.
So how long have you lived here?
My thing was like,
Detective David
whole
Mills
by
is
chance he
looking
gets
for a
off.
way
Like, what
in.
the fuck, dude?
Oh no! He's not going to jail. I'm just saying the gunshot to the head is too quick.
Oh, like stomach shot kind of shit.
No,
They're
like
caught
peel
in
the
a
skin
game.
slowly from his fucking fingers kind of shit.
No witnesses of any kind.
About the only thing we know about that guy right now is he's totally insane.
Apparently,
With the price of
everyone
sin.
go quiet.
Apparently, that was too far.
Oh no, I'm.
No, that's just step one. Are you kidding? That's just the
You want to
fucking
come take a look
entree.
at this?
Greed.
No one touches
Oh yeah, no. If I could get him
Can
off
we up the
somewhere,
whole
fine. Yeah, but there's no way you're gonna get him by yourself.
7. You can expect
Tied
5
up
more
like
of
you
these.
have to wait kind of like.
Body was found on Tuesday morning.
I hate
Wait that long to kidnap him.
This will
And
be
then, of
the
course,
very
you're suspect.
definition of swift justice. There are 2 more
If you're willing to
bodies.
accept the
2
fact
more
that you're
victims.
going to be
guy's
looking for you for a
methodical,
while, although that
exacting,
fucking helicopter where
worst
we're out
of
in the middle of
all,
nowhere.
patient.
Yeah, you'd have to wait until you got into the city, kick Morgan Freeman out of the car, and then spin out when the helicopter's when you arrange it.
Right.
But he totally would
He's
not
2
be
murders
expecting you to
away
kick him
from
out of the car,
completing his masterpiece.
especially if you're still moving. Now, if he's driving, that might
Brad
cause a bit of
Pitt.
an issue, I accept.
Morgan Freeman.
Because then you gotta kind of like, I'm gonna kick the guy who's driving the car out of the car so I can steal the car. The motherfucker that I want to slowly torture to death in the back.
No.
7.
And we're back. That was the trailer for 7. With some interesting conversation going on in the background.
We're not used to talking in the trailer. We're used to.
Don't you watch shitloads
Yeah.
of Mystery Science Theater? Do
I
that.
do. Well, one part is I can't really see the trailer because
Well, that's going to be difficult. So,
it's on my phone down here, so it's hard to comment over something when I can't really see it.
like on
Man,
screen
I
share.
forgot that we were plugged into the trailer.
Okay. Anyway, let's get some ratings going for 7. I'm going 9, I think.
Man.
I think I'm going 9.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 9. It's like I was saying before. I
There's
think this might
very,
be one of my
very
like,
few
kinda-
movies where I'm like left guessing right up until the guy reveals himself.
Right.
And then when you watch
And
the movie
even
back a
just-
second time and you realize he's fucking showing up the whole time in the fucking movie, you just don't notice him because he's never made attention to as a character, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, Fuck
And
you.
like the one scene you kind of see him before that, you can't really.
No, he's
see
wearing, and
him,
he's wearing
so
the
you're
fucking
still
wig
don't-
and the whole fucking 9 yards.
And just the way the camera angles and shit like that are, where you can't physically see him. You just know, like when that dude hops out of the taxi and starts walking up to the police, you're like,
yeah, no.
It's why
Sorry.
it's why he's getting the 9. It's a genuine cinematic masterpiece. Like all the
me-
footage tells a story that not just the script is telling. Like the actual shots themselves are telling the story as much as the actual dialogue that's coming out during it.
I'll go for 9.
For me, this is probably my favorite like psychological thriller. Like just the acting, the storytelling, just some of the scenes that are in there. Like the very first time I saw the dude tied to the bed scene and he just wakes up. Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
yeah, that is an unglued kind of moment.
And to this day, I'm not as like jump scared because I know it's coming, but it's still resonates when you just still see him, even though you know it's coming.
But it's like watching a moving corpse by the time those guys get into him. Like, you know what I mean?
And I mean the acting was done well. Pitt, Freeman, even Hulk,
Gwen Paltrow, correct? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, my thought is just the amount of work
even-
you put into each of those fucking crimes.
And then just the ending, just the whole ending, just the gut wrenching ending. So
It's the gut wrenching ending as well because technically, bad guy wins.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, like mission accomplished.
There's
Like corrupted the cop.
Yeah,
Wah, wah.
there's no we have a happy ending, the here comes the rainbow outside of the rain.
Yeah.
It's just
dark, just gets
a kick in the
darker.
nuts. It's like you will take
Paltrow
it
in a box.
and fuck you. And so yeah, I love it. 9.
Yeah, I'll go with 9.
9 plus a 9.
Nine's all
Carter.
Oh, I said 9.
Oh, did
That's
it?
why Buzz said 9 all
Oh, then
across.
it's just 9. 9 for 7 because it's fucking awesome. Can't lose your head over that movie. That is technically not true.
Certain
people can. Not everybody can lose their head over the movie, but some people can. Brad Pitt being one.
Katie wants to say, I want to be a
Blake.
perfectionist and say 7. But I'm giving it a 9 because I did enjoy it.
Good.
Good, because it's a good movie.
That whole
And Katie, I
whole
feel what you're
Carter-
saying. Part of me wanted to do it too, so
Give it a 7 for the
That
sake of being
whole,
7.
like-
yeah, exactly. Let's keep that shit balanced.
And I absolutely just love the whole the car ride from on their way to the spot where he's got just the back and forth, the dialogue, just stayed it all up.
Yep.
Man, it's a very well written movie.
And well played out. I mean, because
There's a
it could have been
natural-
shit over.
There's
but
a
the
very
cast
natural
brought it
feel
home.
between Freeman and Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's got Arlie Ermy in it too.
Early what?
Yeah, Arlie Ermy. He was the guy from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. the
Oh,
sheriff.
yeah.
He was
I don't know why I always
Their
forget
boss.
that poor guy's name.
Because it's a mouthful, I'd imagine.
I almost forgot it was Bone Collector first, but no, that was.
I'm always like the military guy.
Yeah.
Tristan is twitching for you,
Love
Carter, for
Arlie
some
Ermy.
reason. I don't know why.
Because we both agree it should be 7 for 7.
All right. Okay. Gotcha. I thought she misspelled twerking for a moment.
No. I seriously doubt Katie would be twerking for me.
I'm broken.
That's good.
Oh,
While Buzz
She
tries to
said
recover, if
Johnny
anyone
no, so-
hasn't hit the old like button down below, why don't you give it an old hitterino? I got 10 people and we don't have 10 likes. Those numbers, they don't add up.
I liked it.
Well,
Oh.
you've hit her so hard she had to say Johnny No twice, all caps. So definitely not twerking for Carter.
Oh,
And sadly now I'm kind of offended it didn't need to be said twice, but all right, cool.
But
Apparently
maybe she's
not
doing like a
twerking for
Mr. Kennedy.
anyone's safety.
She might just be
Just
doing
saying,
a,
like,
Might just be doing a Mr. Kennedy on it.
Oh, I almost fell backwards in my chair.
You got a wall to catch it. You're good.
Oh. Oh, funny.
Drew won't be out there, though. It could be on the floor if he hits into it too hard.
Oh.
It all depends on the lean.
Dog woke up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Four-legged baby is all it is. So that's a 9 for 7 anyway. So that's good, isn't it?
That's a conundrum.
Minus.
Okay, right. Next is the Batman, which we're going to write the Batman in big letters.
I think we lost. I don't think we lost her, but if we did, he's going to be really upset because he's just been waiting for Batman.
He left ages ago.
Oh. I know Kegs did. I didn't know if Jur did.
Oh, I didn't know Kage left.
Yeah. He left during our second trailer.
Brandon leaving. Yes, you can do Batman.
Okay, so onto the Batman. Right, so after a very long wait, the film that we've all been
Oh, I need the fucking weeps.
partly dreading and partly hoping to see has arrived. Now, I say partly dreading because...
Don't be a gay vampire movie.
Because Robert Pattinson is going to be playing the eponymous role of Batman / Bruce Wayne. However, very, very hopeful for it because Matt Reeves is promising us a very much detective-driven crime noir thriller thingy. And here's the thing. He fucking delivered, and well done to Patterson for being a fantastic Batman.
Mike is going in and out, I believe.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why?
What do you mean?
Why does it... What? I mean, why? Why does it wait for me to actually be the one who's talking before
I'm
it
finally
decides to
happy
be
to
a fucking...
talk about some shit and his mic goes out.
God's damned motherfucking son of a... I can't have...
It seems to be back if it's any good. It's just... There was like
That's part
2
of why I
sentences
was
of your
continuing.
opening that were missing.
That's partly why I kept on talking to see whether or not it was back or not.
Okay.
But anyway, yes, what I was saying was thank you, Matt Reeves, for delivering us a glorious Batman movie, and thank you to Robert Pattinson for being a very good Batman. And this is the key thing.
He's a very good Batman.
3/4 of the movie, if not more, he is just in that suit, and it is fucking fantastic. So, to start out, this
And
film
when he's
is
not in
basically...
the suit, he's still dressed in black, he's still broody, and or in a motorcycle outfit riding after someone.
Yeah. This movie presents us with a year 2 version of Batman, whereby he has been on the job long enough to get his rep. You know, the city knows who he is. They got the bat signal. He's using fear as a weapon, not because, you know, he can't be everywhere at once, but the fear of him is enough to make criminals do stupid things and get themselves caught or whatever. But at the same time, he is out there kicking in heads when he needs to kick in heads and helping the police solve crimes when he needs to help them solve crimes, especially when the crime is the murder of... what's the word I'm looking for? The incumbent mayor, who is coming up for re-election, which takes place in his very own home and sets off a series of events which introduces some fantastic murder mystery stuff.
Yep.
It introduces, and I'm going to use this term properly, it introduces the wider general cinematic public to what Batman actually fucking is. Which
Detective
means
with some gadgets.
Right.
he's Sherlock Holmes with a better budget and more advanced fighting skills. That's Batman.
I think along the way we've kind of forgotten that and see Batman as the ass kicker.
They forget
And it's
that, like,
really
he's
important. Right. Like, it's really important to remember at the core, he's a brilliant fucking detective that
That's
happens
why
to
the
know how to
animated
kick
Batman
ass.
series was like
is-
the best
stands up
Batman.
to this- yeah, it's still to this day it's the top one. But so in this, like I said, we get a slowly unraveling mystery whereby the mayor, along with several other prominent people in, you know, the city's hierarchy, are being targeted specifically for a reason that is slowly but surely being unfurled as the Riddler, who is the main protagonist in the movie, reveals his plot in his usual way. By his usual way, I mean go back to the good old days whereby it is a scheme within a Machiavellian plot, within a fucking Chinese cookie of fucking mystery.
And there's also a lot of nods to the Zodiac Killer with it. Like if you look at the cards that he uses for delivery, that's very similar to the notes that the Zodiac used to send.
One of the things that Paul Dano, who plays the Riddler in this, said is that as far as he was concerned, the Riddler actually was the Batman equivalent of the Zodiac Killer. You know, with the fact that he used the ciphers and his poking the police basically.
Yeah.
So you're absolutely right. In regards to his portrayal of it, I imagine he drew heavily from it. Now, what Matt Reeves has managed to do is give us an original tale that manages to satisfy comic book maniacs like myself who have been waiting for the rest of you poor unfortunates to finally realize what Batman actually is,
Not me.
as opposed to just a dude that needs a lozenge. What? I'm talking to the general public here.
Yeah, I'm not part of that general public.
I know.
I shoved all of it in my head in fucking 7 days.
We know he's talking to me.
I am not just talking to you, but you are a fantastic representation of the general public, which means your opinion is all the more valid for this review, because what you have to say about this movie is integral. Because if you were impressed by it, the general public is impressed by it, and therefore we get to get more of the real fucking Batman.
I like how he brought me down and put me up.
Yeah, he Paul Heyman you.
He did. He fucking did, dude.
Yeah.
That was the
another thing that Matt Reeves has done while bringing the Batman to the GP, I suppose, is also brought Batman into a much more realistic and grounded light, opposed to previous renditions of said Batman.
Yeah, so much so that this is going to be. The approach to this was, like I said, to take inspiration from all these different elements, not just in regards to the Batman stories like the Long Halloween, the Court of Owls stories, anything with Riddler. Not just that. He took elements from them, mixed them in with other things, such as, fucking Matt Nolan's visual take on Gotham. That kind of bleak, almost, the lighting effects for a lot of it are the very same as for Batman Begins, whereby you have that kind of almost orangey tint to it. The sets, the look of it, if you didn't, like the look of Nolan's Gotham is almost identical to the look of Matt Reeves's Gotham in regards to the set pieces and things like that. So
very
as a result,
very subdued colors.
You see, right,
and
like
all of that taken
prequel-ish.
Yeah, and all of that was inspired by Frank Miller's Batman Year One, as were many of the things that happened both in Batman Begins.
Comics that was virtually black and white. Not actually black and white, but virtually.
Yeah, but very much the orange tint to it would have been the detraction from the black and white. But it's not just that. Like you were saying, Matt Reeves also drew from Seven directly, heavily, from other crime noir movies, and you can see elements of them being wound into how he updates.
Well, I mean,
and modernizes
the whole Riddler
the characters.
A lot of the Riddler story arc literally matches the Killer from Seven. Like he leaves riddles as well as the Killer from Seven does. Most importantly, the only reason the cops actually catch him is because he pretty much tells them where he is and puts himself up for arrest.
It's part of it. No, it's also part of the way that Riddler operates. That the biggest difference between him and, let's say, the Zodiac Killer or the Killer from Seven is that and this is something that's always pops up with the Riddler, when you see what his larger plan is, you realize that he himself might be one piece of it, but he doesn't necessarily need to be the piece that you need to be fucking worried about.
Yeah.
Because when his end game comes together, it's all of a sudden, oh shit, that I might have been concentrating a little bit too much on.
It's one thing getting the brain, but it's another thing if the brain's already sent out the signal to all of its other components to do its thing.
Yeah,
But
if
I
the
also
plan's already in motion.
I also like how he kind of uses the cops as just the messenger. Like, hey, here's a dead body. We get all of this attention, but it's really like we see a lot of the times where they're like, what's this mean? And Batman's like, shit, I'll be back. Because he gets the bigger picture of it all. Due to
it's more than that, though.
detective aspect.
Much like in The Bone Collector, much like in Seven, because Batman is in his second year, he has a reputation. So in Bone Collector, we had Lincoln with his reputation. In Seven, there wasn't so much a standing reputation, but as the film progressed, you could see the cat and mouse game between the antagonist, between Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt's character in your man. So in this,
well, there's also not unlike from the Bone Collector, there's also the fact that if you look at all of the manual logs that because Batman in this keeps like essentially detective journals of everything that he's been doing. He's into the second year of the Gotham Project. So,
which is why
he's already he's kind of established himself as a.
Yeah, which is why these things are being done once again, like in those movies, as a specific game between two players, and everyone else are pieces to be used by either player until you realize what the end game is, and all of a sudden you realize that the game isn't the game you thought it was the whole fucking time, and it's this instead. And all of a sudden, oh, this is a much bigger picture, and the story is told extremely well in that it shows
Charlie falling out on us.
See you, Charlie. It shows the fact that even in his second year, while he is this good, there's still mistakes he's making. There's still, there's still the
like he's
the
Spanish.
That you were saying that if you watch back, that's not him. It's not. He gets the translation from somebody else, and then he
gets the translation from Alfred.
Alfred, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And he doesn't check it himself. So that when it's pointed out to him, and that's the thing. If like Sherlock Holmes stories, things like that happen sometimes as well.
Yeah.
Whereby they're up to a certain point, and then the smallest little thing, they just miss a small little detail.
It's good as well because not only is it like something where it shows that it's a Batman that's, while established, also still learning, but it also humanizes him to a certain degree because you're taking a look at so much fucking evidence from so many different angles that it's very easy to miss like a little
there's
thing like
so
that.
much information going in. Sometimes you need that somebody that's not been staring at it or that outside influence.
Yep.
Yeah, and even there's another good scene whereby it works into that whole. This is the second year of him on the job, and whether you've seen the old cartoons, read the comics, or you're more used to the more modern action-packed version of Batman, there's certain things that Batman does that you take for granted. And there's one scene whereby it's almost him doing something for the first time, and that learning curve kicks in. It's like, you can see where
that was so fucking brutal.
You can see where adjustments are clearly going to be made in future endeavors of that kind. But it works into that again.
Wingsuit
it humanizes him.
Bad. Must make something different.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that. It was just that need to work on guidance.
Yeah.
Because it was all going well until it wasn't.
Don't
going well.
fly into bridge.
But as Giz is pointing out, like those are those kind of crucial moments because we see him like walk into a room and just like fucking Jedi the whole thing, but then he stumbles over the weird spots that you don't think he would. Like, oh hey, don't run into a fucking bridge. Oh, lesson learned. Gonna have to sit down on the drawing board for this one. Like, I really appreciated that learning curve that we watch him go through.
Yeah.
There's
and
also
we see that in several fight scenes, actually.
Several fight scenes.
The fight scene's not as
much.
much.
Fight scenes so much. He's poning people from the start of the fucking movie to the end of it.
I feel like there were a couple spots where he was like later on in the film where he went to make a move, and it seemed like it didn't turn out the way he expected it to.
I think that's just the realism of fight.
Yeah, that's yeah. To be fair to him, that's.
I think with a grounded I think it's part of the grounded Batman that they're trying to do is they were making the fights a lot more realistic, opposed to it being a load of dudes circling Batman and getting their asses kicked one by one.
Yeah, but that's what I mean though. Like a lot of the Batman that we've gotten, he calculates and he lands perfectly, blah blah blah. In this one, he's like, I've got this, hold my beer, and then he winds up like, oh fuck, this hurt more than it should have. Like
I don't think that's so much a lack of the I don't think that's so much of a lack of his fighting prowess. I think this is like what you have to take into account is at the start of this movie, this is a day one Batman, and day one Batman was fueled by rage and fucking anger and fucking hatred for the people and criminals of Gotham that got his mom and his dad fucking shot, and he's not the beacon of light. Or to go back to the Christopher Nolan movies, he's not the Batman that this city deserves. He's the Batman that this city needs.
He hasn't. Hang on. He hasn't
what I'm trying
the
to say
is the wisdom to.
What I'm trying to say
right.
is a lot of the mistakes he makes in his fights aren't down to rookie moves. It's down to him going in gung fucking ho, zero shits fucking given. It's because he just goes in angry. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
Basically,
see,
he's
I
not
think
the
that is-
cool, calm, calculated Batman that we know yet, where anger or not, he keeps it under control and everything is a calculated move. This is a man who very much instinctively
Yeah.
works on
I took
the
it
anger.
as
I
more
mean,
of
it's
like-
represented through the whole movie. If you even look at the style of Batmobile which I cannot fucking express enough. It's it may actually
Right?
be my
That's
favorite
super ugly.
Batmobile because
Really?
it's just a big fucking Dodge Charger. The engine's exposed. But no. I know you're laughing at me, but the Dodge, like, if you look at what Batman is as a character, he's just this burning fire of anger and rage and vengeance. And I mean, look how often he's called
I
vengeance.
just need to get from point A to point B brutally.
Like, he is. If you look at how he's, if you look in the movie, how much he's referred to as vengeance, he's nearly referred to as vengeance in the movie as much as he's referred to as Batman.
Yeah, Penguin's literally calling him that the whole fucking time. Hey, vengeance,
Do you know what I mean?
how we doing?
Like, the visual representation even in the Batmobile is there because it's exactly like him. It's just this big, dark, powerful fucking machine with this roaring fucking fire in the engine.
And I guess, like, I
Dodge
just kind of
fucking Charger
I
fucking
guess I
body.
just kind of mistook it because, like, I knew this was the younger Batman, and so I guess I just kind of thought it was the whole "I've got this, hold my beer," until he didn't, like, say, the bridge, and it was
But,
more
like,
of just a
Yeah.
this didn't land the way I thought it would, kind of thing.
In regards, you're right with the bridge. In regards to fights, there's been plenty of stuff in comics, cartoons, or whatever, whereby if he's fighting in a group, he's going to take a few knocks, irregardless of how fucking good he is.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's more a case of he's taking.
He's a fucking. He's a ninja human. He's not a fucking superhero. Or, like, as in
Right.
literal
In one-
superhero.
In the there was an anthology animated movie that got brought out shortly after Batman Begins, and one of the stories for that has Bruce training. It shows him going to the Middle East to learn how to deal with pain, and the whole point is by the end of it he learns to work through pain. So, like, that's the way.
What was that
for me? Dark Knight something. Fuck, I can't remember.
It's essentially
fan based or
no, it's an official animated movie.
Yeah,
it's an anthology.
Oh.
It came out around the same time as the Dark
It's
Knight.
essentially.
Or, sorry, it's Batman Begins.
Fuck. What's the bad guy's name?
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al
Yeah,
Ghul.
it's basically Ra's al Ghul's training equivalent of Walk It Off.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
actually, that's not who Bruce was. In this particular story, it was actually a female meditation expert or yogi or something.
Yeah.
And so, like, there's a scene whereby people come to give her shit, and he goes to get in the way, and a board is broken off his head, and he's just still looking at him. But that's a flashback because he's actually Batman in Gotham, injured, like he's been shot, and the whole notion is I work through pain, and that's how he learned to do that. So you can kind of
Batman,
see.
Gotham Knight.
Thank you. That would be the animated anthology.
Okay, I gotta check that out. I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, you can, it's things like that you can kind of, in regards to the fights whereby he's getting punched in the face and he's taking it and keep going. It's.
There's a lot of cool little there's a lot of cool things that they've done in relation to Batman and his fighting style and the suit. Like, I like how they don't make like crazy note of it, but it's notable as in you notice it, as in the electric shock absorbency of his suit.
Yeah.
I think is very
yeah.
good, where it's kind of like, okay, so it's like you can't he's
Insulation.
definitely
Like,
not
he
getting
did kind of sit
tased, or
down
he's
and-
not getting
Right. Like,
Actually,
he
it's-
thought some shit out.
One of the things that was noted, and this is like real life actually noted, is that the suit that they designed for him is the most flexible bat suit that's ever been done. So much so that when Pattinson got
all
into
the armor's
suit, he
completely
started doing,
all the armor's completely articulated.
yeah, like he got into the suit and he started doing backflips just because he fucking could.
Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's very much armored for practical use, opposed to like a lot of the
Yeah, it's a
original
tactical-
Batman suits.
Well, I was gonna say because
It's a
like
proper
Michael
full-on
Keaton
tactical
was more
armor.
like like Michael Keaton was more of like the foam or I don't
Hard
know how they
leather.
built
Michael
it.
Keaton couldn't
Yeah.
turn his fucking head more than 15 degrees
Right.
either direction.
I was gonna say because like that was more of a fitted style. Like
And
they
it's-
built
it's the
that
same-
for him to squeeze into.
It's something that like Nolan touched on a little bit in these movies, where it was just like, we got to get this fucking suit
Yeah, in
lighter, I can't
Dark Knight,
fucking
when you
move.
can't-
Whereas this
you
is
wanna be
very
able to
much
turn your neck when you're-
as you pointed out, it's essentially like a SWAT military armor.
The way that it was designed, the way that it was designed, apparently the first thing they looked at was basically tactical armor, and for this one.
Can I say I loved, by the way, because I've always presumed it was a thing. I love the fact that he was able to remove the bat symbol from his chest and it was a big old fucking knife.
God.
That was something that they brought in because they didn't think it made sense that it just be fabric or something, so they just went, fuck it, have it be the blade.
Yeah.
And that was, once again,
a big old bat blade.
That was the guys who designed the costume, because they were working on a few different things. And now, traditionally,
was brilliant on their part.
Yeah, traditionally, it's just like one of the harder pieces of fucking armor that he has. But yeah, I thought it was good to have it being the blade thing. But yeah,
one of the things I really enjoyed is how they kind of like modernized it. So like, even though this is like year one or however, like his early on, this obviously did take place back at a certain time because they modernized it. So like with the Riddler, he used like some form of like social media to kind of get his stuff out there.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I really was like, I liked, because like I wasn't 100% sure
the
time period. Sometimes you just go with the movie and you don't know kind of when it's set. But when they started doing this whole social media type thing with Riddler kind of like posting to his followers like the speeches and all this stuff, I'm like, okay, so it's a little bit more modernized. So I really like that aspect of it.
You find with a lot of the comic book movies, especially nowadays, basically whenever a comic book movie is made, unless there's a reason for it to be set in a specific time, then it's supposed to be set in roughly whenever the movie was made. So once again, when in reference to what you were saying with how Riddler was getting his message out there, that's something that he would have been doing in the comics and the cartoons for years. So in terms of modernization, that's one of the interesting things about the Batman story. It never needs to start off in any particular decade. It just needs to start off in a city that is going through a fucking decline. Well, sorry, specifically Gotham going through a decline. But it never needs to be any specific decade. We're used to it being 50s style, partly because that's when the stories were originally written. Also partly because, once again, the 90s cartoon was very anachronistic, with a lot of the stuff being a mix of what should have been 90s technology with kind of 50s feel to it. And that gave it the comic book look that we all associate, which carried on to the other stuff like the Superman cartoon and didn't really become what we would consider modern until they got up to the Justice League cartoon. And even then, they were still holding on in some aspects to stuff from the 50s because it's just the style that they had evolved through. When it comes to the movies that we're looking at now, because most of the films and most of the characters don't necessarily need to start in any particular time period, it allows for a lot of flexibility in regards placing them and settings, as long as you don't need any time-specific stuff for their story to work, usually.
Well, but also, Batman kind of works in any time period. If you've seen, what was that, Batman
by Gaslight, when he's going up against...
Gotham by Gaslight?
Gotham by Gaslight, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah,
like, that was brilliant.
That pretty much panel for panel with the comic is.
We reviewed that, I think, with...
we reviewed it.
We did. It's him against Jack the Ripper. It's great.
Right. And so, like, Batman is one of those characters that you can grab a story, any time period, throw him in, and really make it work. I mean, fuck, there was, what was that, Samurai Batman? Oh, that fucking worked. It got weird. Not
Batman Samurai. I loved every second of that.
Dude, I loved it. It got weird, but it's still kind of like...
It's Samurai Batman. They traveled back through time to Samurai feudal times. It's going to get weird.
Well,
yeah, but I mean, like, the story is set back in feudal Japan, and they just reimagined everything.
Right. I was gonna say, because like there was that whole like fucking monkey.
You're a monkey.
Goku thing, or not Goku? Kaiju. Like, things got weird.
The Robo Kaiju.
Right. Like things.
Well, they're not Robo Kaiju. Weird. They're just mecha robot.
I couldn't get into it. I was just like, nah.
No. At one point, he like called the monkeys, and like they all kind of like piled up to do. Some
that was
shit.
Grog or Grodd.
Grodd?
Oh,
wasn't it Killer Grodd?
Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah, he was there, right?
Oh, I didn't get that far into. I'm not gonna lie, man. I couldn't get into that one.
Oh,
I couldn't.
Dude,
I was just
that had my eyeballs glued. No, like that shit got weird, and I was like, more, please. So Rochi points out it's the most accurate depiction of Gotham ever in a live action.
Well, as I said, I mean, I kind of felt like it was.
I don't know about like the most accurate because I mean, like, it was kind of up there with Nolan's.
It is, yeah, but that's just it. It is different enough from Nolan's to be its own thing, but similar enough that the two of them make you feel like, okay, this is what Gotham moving forward, whoever you're doing it, this is what Gotham should look
Definitely
like.
wasn't the Joel Schumacher vision.
Right.
I liked
Definitely
how,
not.
I liked how there was the little nod to the Joker movie as well, that it's not Arkham Asylum, it's Arkham Health Service or whatever it is. From,
Right.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Don't think they're tying them
No.
together. I think it's just a little nod.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I was going to say that even like if you look at the TV series, Gotham, you know, it's even they were kind of very much, I think, going with the kind of style that Nolan was going for. So as a result,
Yeah.
for the last
Especially
few
when you
decades,
got to like Bundy and stuff, like it was
Yeah.
more Nolan.
in the Narrows. But this is my point. As a result of that stuff, we now have, for live action at least, a very good template moving forward as to what Gotham should look like, or what expectations now are from the fans in regards to what Gotham should look like for future movies. Because we are going to be getting a sequel to this, so the look of Gotham is going to be the same, although albeit perhaps a bit waterlogged.
I agree with
film.
Film Theory. I think the sequel should be Hush. Leave Joker.
I will say, to not give away his actual position, I did not realize until I was doing the fucking homework for our show, Colin Farrell. Dude,
So
he fucked
good.
me up.
I forgot.
He
that too.
fucked me up.
I tell you straight up, right, and I told Johnny this ages ago when I first heard it, right? I heard that he was after getting cast as the Penguin, and I was just like, ah. Then I saw a film called The Gentleman, and all of a sudden, my standing for Colin Farrell raised dramatically, because I was like, okay, you know what? Yes, I'm willing to give you a chance, though, because that was fucking good. If I did not know...
Colin Farrell's always been a really good actor.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you,
yeah.
I've never enjoyed him and stuff. So it wasn't until The Gentleman that I kind of went, okay, I enjoyed you in that. I'm willing to give you a shot as the Penguin. If I didn't know that Colin Farrell was the Penguin in this movie, I would not know that Colin Farrell was the Penguin
the
in this
prosthetic
movie.
makeup they have done on him is
And his accent, it's... fucking-
I was gonna
I
say,
was looking up the cast a couple minutes ago, and he popped up and said the Penguin. I was like, "Oh fuck, that's right, he did play." I
yeah,
completely
like
forgot
I was
watching
trying
it.
not
Like, I
to give
just
it
thought
out, but like I didn't fucking see it.
I think it's common.
It's common knowledge.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
don't
okay.
know.
He was on Hot Ones talking about it. It should be all right to talk about here.
Okay,
I knew about it before I saw the film that made me actually think he might be good at it.
see, I looked at him as what was that? The Lost in the. What the fuck was that movie?
Lost in Translation?
No,
Lost in Bruges.
I'm telling you, dude, for Hush, Film Theory brought something up, and it's good, and I would love to see Hush, mostly because I've seen Mr. Freeze done, and it was bad, and I've seen Bane done twice, and it was bad, and it has nothing it's not that I don't trust this guy to do them good, because I totally do, but I would just like to see a new bad guy.
Yeah, I want to see somebody else step up to the plate. Like, this is that opportunity to showcase somebody else.
Like, Riddler was cool because it's a Riddler we've never seen before, but yet have seen before at the same time.
And I get it. We've not seen the proper Mr. Freeze, but I'm just...
I'll be honest, man. I can't see him going with Hush.
I've seen I'm aware of the proper Mr. Freeze story. I've read all the comics.
Right.
I'm not disputing that the Mr. Freeze story will be absolutely fucking amazing if they manage to do it properly. But
well, you see, actually, don't forget, right? We're going to be getting an upcoming TV series set in Arkham Asylum. And the idea of that most likely will be to introduce characters that now it looks like we could be seeing in the sequel anyway. So we could get the Mr. Freeze story told entirely inside Arkham Asylum. We get a lot of guys that we know never actually interacting with Batman in any movies, but we could get to explore all of their stories through this potential upcoming Arkham Asylum TV series.
I would rather see the Arkham Asylum version of Mr. Freeze than see, like, as much as I truly, even more than I thought I would, enjoyed the Batman. I was kind of burned out on Batman. Like, so this one surprised me. I would rather, if we get a sequel, which we are, I would rather it be somebody completely fucking different, like Hush, or somebody that we've not actually gotten airplay on before.
I'm trying to think of someone who would be good because, like I said, I legitimately cannot see them going with Hush. If for no other reason than fuck all people know about him except people who actually read comics and know about him.
yeah, but there's that Batman TV series coming out before the fucking next movie.
Oh, really?
which is set in Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, where you could,
Yeah.
but you could introduce the Hush character in the TV series.
Which totally detracts from having him anywhere near a Batman movie, because the whole point is that you never
If it's
know
the same
who he is.
thing, it doesn't necessarily mean just that might be a better way to do that is introduce him in the series for the people who don't know who he is. That way, it could be an introduction.
No, that's true. Like
into the movie, if he makes it.
That's true. Like because we are arguing comic book
You see-
knowledge versus society.
One of the reasons that the Hush storyline works is that Batman has to once again go through an entire list of his enemies in order to try and deal with this situation.
It also works because, unlike a lot of the criminals where they're criminals for the sake of being criminals, or Joker just a complete anarchist for the sake of being a complete fucking anarchist about things, Hush,
But a lot of
not
that-
unlike the Riddler storyline, Hush ties directly back to the Waynes as well, not just a Batman versus
Right.
bad guy.
The
Not
problem
unlike
is,
this
though,
first
that-
movie.
The problem is, though, you have to go through an entire list of Batman villains to get to him. And then when you do get to
Comic
him,
book-wise,
your
though.
entire... Hang on.
Yeah,
hang
comic
on.
book wise, this is a new universe where they're doing
Right.
their own thing.
The
Like
crowd is still
they started movie one in this new franchise where he's already
Yeah.
defeated the Joker and got him in Arkham Asylum
Exactly.
pre-story.
And I
The
hate
end
to-
result is still going to be the same. A crowd sitting there, a general crowd sitting there going, what the fuck is a Hush?
I don't think so.
Okay, but if you think about it,
Because I
what
think
the
you
fuck's
can
a
introduce
Riddler?
them. Like this Riddler that they introduced is completely different to any other
Yeah.
Riddler ever seen before. They had to
And the
introduce
reason-
him from scratch. So you could very,
the
very
whole-
foreseeably introduce a Hush from scratch as well.
Except that you need to have them go through all these other people to get the Hush. So once again, even if you're doing it,
Comic book
the
wise,
whole point
yeah.
of even if you are adapting it, the whole reason that the Hush story works is that he has so many potential people that he doesn't know who it is, which means that irregardless of how many people you take from the comic, you still have a multitude of characters in the movie,
If
and the
they,
end result
that's
is going to
if they do it the
Exactly.
way they did it in the comic. The whole
Exactly.
story, main story arc of that comic is that it's the tie-in between him and the Waynes and him trying to kill his fucking parents and fucking Bruce
mean-
and all of that been involved in him getting essentially nabbed by the bollocks for it.
Yeah,
MCU
So you
Civil
can
War.
still have all of that
Butchered.
pre-story that is the real crucial component to build the character, and just have the introduction of him into the movie series be different. It doesn't have to be done verbatim by the comic. As
Right.
long as it
I
doesn't
mean,
change
I
how the
know.
character functions as
I
a
know.
guy.
But I don't think it will work because without any notoriety, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people actually are familiar enough with the Hush
I
character
don't think
that
they
when he
need to
pops
be
up,
familiar
No.
with the Hush character
I mean, like again,
for
like look at
it to be
MCU
successful
Civil
is
War.
what I'm saying. I'm
It's-
saying that
what
they,
I'm saying
they-
is that it'll be like a fucking deflated balloon at the end of it because people will be sitting there going, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
But
After
not-
going-
not if they
after
do the
potentially
movie
going-
but not
correctly,
the
because you'll be
audience.
well aware, because they will have literally watched an entire movie about the guy.
Right.
All right, okay, fair enough. Fine.
Like you have
And
to make
again-
movies on the potential that people don't know who fucking people are sometimes.
Right.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. And if they don't know who they are, it's like telling a bad joke. Everyone's sitting there going, "I don't get it."
Not if you tell the story correctly. If
And
you
like
build
I
the
said, dude-
story and build the character within the movie, and then it all pays off at the end, job well
Except
done.
if you do, then you're basically telling the exact same fucking story that you've just told in the first Batman movie.
Not really.
That's
no.
the only way it works.
But
Not
that's
really.
because you
but
have this
that's what I'm
mystery
saying.
character
Not really.
from outside.
No, the connection is different.
Right. Like
The modus
I hate
operandi
the
and
fact-
reasoning for him to do these things are all completely different. The only similarity is that it's the Wayne's been dirty bastards, or well, not particularly in this case because it's essentially Wayne fucking.
We're
him or-
theorizing about something that's probably never going to happen because at the end of the day, if you're doing it without,
Then why did it have
following
Thomas
the beats-
Elliott's parents and everything mentioned in the fucking movie?
I have
Thomas
to agree
Elliott's
with
parents
you.
and everything are
If you
in.
hadn't told me, that Thomas Elliott's parents were mentioned in the movie, I wouldn't have fucking known that Thomas Elliott's
Okay,
parents
that's
were
not my
mentioned in the
fault.
movie. I completely fucking missed it.
Okay, well they're in there.
Like,
It's the grandfather, not his parents.
Awesome.
No,
Even
but
better.
like he's
Rock
right though.
on.
Like it's a mention. Was it just like a cute nod, or is that a build to the sequel kind of vibe?
Because why
Even if
nod
it
to
is
a
a bit
character
this-
that no one knows about?
The same way they apparently nod to the fucking Court of Owls, apparently. fan service.
And you're right,
The
dude.
problem,
Like,
the problem with fan service, as you guys have fucking thrown in my face so many times, is it doesn't really work if it's only the fans that are fucking getting off in it. And I honestly, without having them go through at least some, and I don't necessarily mean all the same, but at least some Batman villains that are established before running into Hush, then the story wouldn't work, because the whole point is that he has to go through some, not the same, but some. They don't even have to be the fucking same.
but if you look at, say, Marvel's version of the Civil War, comic versus movie, completely fucking different.
Not a mystery story.
I understand that, dude, but they pulled together the same vibe. It's nowhere near the comic book version, but yet still pulled off its own storyline. So they could feasibly pull off Hush in its own storyline that an audience, because the majority of the audience may or may not be comic books, they could still pull off a story like they did this one with the Riddler and introduce a whole cache of people to a character.
Look at the movie we just reviewed beforehand, as an example, 7. Nobody knew who the fuck the killer for that fucking movie was until the end of it.
Yeah, but
he's not a famous comic book guy. No one knew who
anyone-
this guy was going into
No one
it.
knew
But
who
fucking hell,
anyone
was he a
is.
well-written, well-rounded, and terrifying character who paid off as a fucking story piece.
Honestly, look, personally, I think that if they do bring in Hush for the next movie, then it will feel so much like this movie in order for them to make it different from the source material, that it'll essentially be the same. And if they do try to mix in the source material, then I feel that when they eventually get to the reveal of Hush, after having go through whoever the fuck Batman villains he has to go through first, it will feel like a deflation of the joke, because we've seen all these people.
So it's
that the
better for them
general
to go
audience
with
is-
a guy who everybody's seen repeatedly.
It's better for them to go with a character that is more well known and established, not necessarily that's been seen repeatedly. But there's plenty of characters that have not
Well,
necessarily
the only
been
other
used
person they've
repeatedly, but it
introduced is fucking Joker.
Again, though, like, you're looking at it from a comic
So
base.
far.
We make a small percentage of theater.
I'm actually
Ass and
not.
seats.
This time, I'm not looking at it from a comic base. This time, I'm actually
okay.
looking at it from the other side, because while as much as I would love to see Hush being done as a live action, I don't feel that that's the way that they would go, because I don't think that they would be able to make it work.
I think production studios will see what's been done with this, and they'll be like, okay, we didn't have a goofy Riddler in a suit, and he was essentially Jigsaw meets fucking the dude from Seven with a sprinkling of the Zodiac Killer in there, which is not the normal Riddler that we fucking had, to say the least whatsoever. And they managed to build him up as his own guy, and very much his own guy, and do a good job of it. So I think we can just start letting him just bring in whoever the fuck he
'cause
feels
I mean,
like doing. Let him do
'cause
it.
I'm with you, Giz. Like, I've seen more shit than I care to admit to, that I was like, oh, I can't believe you brought this motherfucker in. I can't believe you jumped over X chapters of shit. But if I try
Hush
to, like,
is a separate
to
story. I think it
separate,
can get dropped in.
I feel like, on the times that I've tried to separate, like I said, Civil War, I liked it cinematically. It had nothing to do with the fucking books. But they still pulled off what they achieved to cinematically. And I think if they decide to do Hush, they could do the same thing. And still, like Johnny said, like, this is not the Riddler we're used to. So we rework a few things, still introduce a new group of non-book readers to the character.
I know
and
what
still
you're
pull
saying
off a
about
good-
Joker not being the Joker yet, by the way, Rochi. He's the founding stones of Joker are there, but the hair dye and makeup is yet to arrive, I think. Is what Matt Reeves is on about. We're not at the Clown Prince level yet.
Actually, I tell you one thing that I thought was a big like clue to the next movie was the fact that over the course of the film, through the events that happen, there's an opening for a new district attorney.
Yeah, who will probably.
Oh
be,
yeah.
And like, there's admittedly someone that we've only seen in cinema once and was done well. To be
Twice.
fair,
Twice.
I fucking.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I
He was in the
forgot.
first
Yeah.
two, but he was-
Tommy
I
Lee
totally
Jones
forgot
is-
Tommy Lee Jones.
He wasn't that big or that too, but he was also in the first two.
As Harvey Dent, you're right. There was it was Carl Weathers that played him.
Fuck. Yeah, Carl Weathers played him in the '89 Batman.
Yeah, he wasn't in the second one though.
They recasted it in the second one,
Yeah.
but it was more just like minor, like
He was
a couple
miscellaneous
scenes. It
lawyer
wasn't
guy.
like-
Oh, okay.
No, he was Harvey
I
Dent.
mean, no, he was Harvey Dent.
No, but that's what I mean.
But
Is in,
it
but the character was
he didn't-
miscellaneous lawyer guy. He wasn't. I am Two-Face.
No. The
Like, we needed-
no,
Not
it was
Two-Face, yeah.
it was District
District
Attorney, but he wasn't Two Face.
He wasn't.
Right. That goes with what
But,
Johnny's
you see-
saying, though. He was filler.
See, the thing is, it all depends on how real they want to stay with stuff. Because there are certain characters in the Batman world that would be great to use, but they push the boundaries in regards that comic book realism.
It's why
line.
I think the Hush thing works, because he's just a dude with some bandages on his face.
Because, like, you have to admit, even this
Like
is
Penguin's
so
already been
different
introduced,
from-
so I can't see them just going. I mean, technically, I know that Gotham's underwater, so technically,
Right.
it's Penguin territory
We're
for
gonna
lack of a
be-
technical term.
But if you,
But he's not
we're gonna
he's
be
not
getting-
the Penguin that we know.
right,
Well, we're
but,
going to be getting a Penguin series anyway, so that's going to be flesh
You know
and
what I
blood.
mean?
but
Mr.
like with
Freeze
what gives,
is going to be
with-
hard to do realistically.
yeah, but like with Giz said that, like realistically, if you look at Penguin now versus who was that, Danny DeVito, they are drastically fucking different.
Yeah, he's Penguin is a name
You
that's
know.
earned, not a thing that is visually apparent.
Right. You know, like they just used it to make fun of Colin Farrell. Danny DeVito, that motherfucker was like one gene away from a fucking penguin. Right, like hands, the whole bit. Like that was kind of fucking weird.
You know,
But he did brilliant though.
like what other Batman villains you got? There's Joker, who is in the mix, but not in the mix yet technically, because he's not the Joker that we know.
Catwoman.
Catwoman's in the
Again,
mix
like-
already as well.
Again, like that, like you said, that whole like level of realism. Like how
Hush
do
is a
you
guy
pull
looking for
off-
vengeance who's wearing bandages on his face.
Right. How do you pull off some of these motherfuckers like shit, I'm blacking out on characters.
Killer Croc.
Solomon
There we
Grundy.
go. Thank you. Killer Crack. Killer Crack.
Like Solomon Grundy's like a big zombie Frankenstein, essentially.
Right. And I dug the fact that they used it in Gotham, but in this new the
More
Batman,
realistic.
like, I don't see how he would just happen.
You have to start focusing on the evil villains that are more
Right.
human than the super villains, if you know what I mean.
I'll be honest. The best.
Exactly.
Well, I'd love to see a better version of Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah. I would imagine they're going to try and steer away from that for a moment. And I also think they're not going to be doing Joker in the next movie, because if you think about it, 2 years ago we had a Joker movie, and then 4 or 5 years before that we had another movie that was with the Joker.
And if I remember correctly, I read somewhere where Phoenix is coming
Red Hood
back
is
to
too
do
early.
part 2.
Red Hood you can't do without a Robin.
Oh, that's true.
Deathstroke would be good, but
Deathstroke
wouldn't work yet.
could also...
It would be fun
depends
to
how
see.
you bring him in.
Deathstroke would have been perfect for the Bat flick that we should have been getting, because
Deathstroke,
Bat
it
flick.
depends how you bring
Oh,
him in.
Gotcha.
It depends how you bring in Deathstroke. Same as what I'm saying about
You
Hush.
see, there is somebody else who could seriously mess up Batman / Bruce Wayne, but it would depend on how you bring him in. He's basically a Deathstroke-like character, not with superhuman powers, just like a mercenary, knows who Batman Bruce Wayne is, has a big grudge, once broke into the Batcave, robbed a shitload of files, and enacted them.
What's his name?
Kane something. He's
Oh.
the surrogate father. He's the surrogate father of the mute Batgirl.
Was he
Oh,
a Batman
yeah.
at some stage, or was he like a fill-in Batman?
I don't think so. I don't think he was a fill-in Batman. I think
Or
the
did
only
he go
fill-in
around as a Batman?
No, I think you're thinking of fucking that dude that thought he was a knight. As
Now,
well.
Rochi brought in a good point. You have to
He
look
was
at the
he was brought in.
universe.
He was in when Batman got his back broke.
Yep.
You have to look at this universe as a noir gangster.
A much more violent, murdery Batman. Am I correct?
So Mr.
Yeah.
Freeze, for example, would be a scientific genius that just cracks trying to save his wife. So maybe not necessarily the...
Then why is he Mr. Freeze? Like the freezing, the whole freezing cryogenics thing is a rather crucial
Well,
component of the
no, like,
backstory.
it could still be
and
there.
name.
Like it could still, like you could still figure
That's
out
like
how to
getting a
be
box
there,
of
but-
Frosties and there's no ice in it. Do you know what I mean? It's
Right,
like,
but
why these are cornflakes, asshole.
But it doesn't have to be the Arnold Schwarzenegger version it did, though. Like, it could just be he is a cryogenics thing. It could be a nickname, Mr. Freeze, because that's his field. And still fit into this, like, gangster world, like Rochi's saying.
You see, the thing with the Penguin, right? Like, if you remove the Tim Burton Batmans, the thing with the Penguin is, like, I know he looks like a penguin, and that's why he's supposedly called a penguin. But outside of that, he doesn't exhibit, like, any penguin-like tendencies. Do you know what I mean? He just wears it.
I've seen him eating raw fish in a couple of bits.
Yeah, and so does half of fucking Japan. It doesn't make them fucking penguins.
They're eating sushi. It is a difference to eating a raw fucking fish.
Man, fucking, he's also, you got to remember, a mentally ill psychopath. Do you know what I mean? People do weird.
Penguin?
Oh, see, I think Azrael would be a hard one. Like, it's way too fucking early for that one.
Yeah, because you need a broken back
we were
Batman.
just discussing. Yeah, we were just
And
discussing.
for broken back Batman to happen, you need Bane.
Right.
No, wait. Yeah, you need Bane.
Hugo
Maxi
Strange.
Zoo. Ooh,
Hugo Strange.
Oh.
That could be a good one.
That would be
and that could tie in directly to the Arkham series.
Yeah, that would be a good one to follow.
He's one, though, that I genuinely think you do need some more villains introduced for that story arc to work.
Do.
Well, I mean, it depends. Then again, it depends how you bring him in. If you just bring him in as Hugo Strange and it's his own storyline, this isn't none of these Batman. Like, this Batman movie isn't based on any comic book series, or it's not like with Christopher Nolan's things. You could you could get where certain ideas of the storylines had formulated from stuff in the comic books. Where this is an original Batman.
Right.
No. You can clearly see where the Long Halloween was used as the basic structure for this.
And I could talk my way around.
And then
Mr.
loads of
Freeze,
other stuff was
Poison
added in.
Ivy.
But the Long Halloween has loads of bad guys.
Oh,
the Long Halloween. One of the central points of the Long Halloween storyline is Catwoman, Falcone, and Maroni.
Yeah, which they leaned into.
No, I'm not saying. That's why I said that. That's why I said at the start that this film draws so many different elements from so many different aspects that you can literally, some scenes you can say that's directly taken from this, but change it. So when it comes to let's say the gangster storyline, that is very much the Long Halloween.
Oh,
especially,
right. Okay, I get you. Yeah.
Especially in regards to the interactions between Catwoman, Falcone, Batman, Penguin. You know, that entire
Scarecrow
thing is very much that.
Scarecrow's another guy.
I was thinking that as well. Yeah,
I could see Scarecrow more than Killer Croc.
I would also say though, I can't see them.
It's a mask that you put on.
I would feel that they're probably not going to go doing the bad guys that Nolan did straight away.
The other side of it is that Scarecrow is currently being used in Titans. He was in season 3 and he's down for coming back in season 4.
Titans
has
nothing to do with this movie franchise.
Crossover. They try not to
bear
cross
with me.
one the other.
Thank you, Carter.
Yeah, they made it very clear with what was that? Arrow. They made a point back in the day with Arrow because like Deathstroke was on there. They pulled him because they wanted TV to be separate from movies.
There are certain characters that if they have them on TV, they're probably not going to be used in movies for a while because they're currently being used in TV, and they don't want to confuse things too much. Regardless of the fact that they are different
continuities. To confuse the audience.
It's a good fucking reasoning because regardless of the different continuities, it would be confusing if you're seeing Scarecrow over here interacting with these people, and then over here he's interacting with this person.
I wasn't saying Scarecrow be the next one. I was just saying as in he's another guy who...
No, and I'm just saying it as regards that it helps us to figure out who they could potentially use because we can see who they're not able to use, who's being used in other places already.
Or just say, hey,
I know it's only a fucking one of your man's film theory things, but the stuff you pointed out, I was like,
hey,
there's
TV
enough.
Show not connected to the movie verse. The whole DC not wanting to confuse the audience because I personally, it's like, am I that stupid? Like, all you have to go is, hey, 1 and 2 is not
It's
connected.
just like the TV show, except it's on a much bigger
You know,
right? Like
screen.
I don't
the
feel like I'm
unfortunate thing is
really
that
confused.
the unfortunate thing is that as we've learned on a daily basis with some of the stuff that happens in real life, people are that fucking stupid.
Oh, that's true. God, why did you have to put
So
that out?
that's
Also, to answer Bill, the three of them are so far off on stuff. I have no idea any of the fucking shit they're talking about, so I'm just letting them go.
Bill's saying was if Buzz was more
if Buzz was anywhere
out,
checked out, room service would be cleaning his
I thought
room.
we were doing the Batman, not
we are
hour-long piece of the
it's
the
this
Batman.
and this and this.
all
and this.
relevant.
I just-
It's
you
all
mean
relevant.
you mean us trying to not spoil the movie by talking about all this other stuff that's got to do with the movie?
I got a question though.
no,
I will say I liked Andy Serkis.
Andy
Yeah.
Serkis.
Okay, I dug him as Alfred. But I got a question. I see a lot of clout going for Zoe Kravitz. They're like, oh
I'm
my
going to
God, she
need
has
you to
such
translate your young man lingo there for me.
my young man lingo.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot
because
of
I
clout
thought I
going forward.
thought I
That's
knew
not how
what
that-
clout meant, but now I
I'm
have heard
pretty
you
sure
use
I
it
do
in
know
this
what it
sentence.
means, and that's how
Phrase.
that's
Phrase.
yeah.
But
Okay.
I thank you for the young man thing. That I turn
It'll
that
never
too.
happen
Thank you.
again, so take it while
I
you got
know
it.
it won't, so I'm soaking it up while I fucking
Okay.
can. Thank you.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
what, you didn't like her as Catwoman?
No. I didn't. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, she fucking killed it," and I was like, "Oh my God, she could have been replaced by anybody."
She didn't bring
Thank
anything
you.
to the
Yeah.
character that hasn't been brought.
Right.
Yeah, she
I was
she
like,
was
I was
just
almost more moved by Michelle
I'm not saying
Pfeiffer.
she wasn't bad, but it's
Hang on,
just like,
just let's just recap for a moment,
here's-
gentlemen. Let's recap the last two Batwomen.
Okay.
right.
I
I'll
understand
I'll
Halle
take
Berry.
Anne
Fuck
Hathaway
that
over Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman
Thank
any
you.
day of the week.
I will
Really?
take.
Yeah,
I will
and
take
like
Michelle
hands down,
Pfeiffer. I
like
will
hands
take
down,
fucking
like hands
Anne
down.
Hang
Hathaway.
on. Michelle Pfeiffer.
Hands
No,
down.
whoa. Michelle Pfeiffer
whoa.
is not one of the last two Catwomans. Do you remember that travesty of a fucking Catwoman movie thing?
Halle Berry. He raised it
Halle
right out of
Berry.
my head. Why'd you even bring it up? That doesn't count.
I said
Because it's necessary.
It's not.
Halle Berry, but I
That
will
is-
accept
No,
Anne
it's not.
Hathaway,
It isn't.
and I will accept Michelle Pfeiffer. I won't accept Barry.
Oh no,
Like,
I thought Zoe Kravitz did a really good job as well, but I think
I thought she was good. But
I
just
think
could
as
not
a I think as a powerful, strong woman who is a cat burglar and does all of the things that Selena Kyle that we'd know from the comic books
Right.
wise does. I think Anne Hathaway from Christopher Nolan's version was a much more fleshed out, much more rounded, and just much stronger person. Because Zoe Kravitz essentially has one fight with Batman, and then gets some laser eyes in, goes video some stuff in the bar. Then everything else is
Right.
Batman telling her where to go. You do this, you do that. Oh, Batman! I know it seemed like I'm kind of humping that chick that I was living with initially, but now I'm really mad about you and your big old bat jaws.
Because like I'm not.
Then
knocking Zoe Kravitz.
oh, and then she has the whole scorned woman thing. Well, not scorned woman, but the fucking unrequited lover thing as she stares off into the air and she's like, "You're already spoken for." All of that shit. Whereas Selena Kyle,
guys, cool. Unfortunately, she has the terrible luck of being cast in one of the worst Batman movies to ever piss all over my eyelids.
Anne Hathaway,
The fucking
doesn't take away from the character being well written.
Kind of does.
Kind of doesn't. You can have a well written character
No.
in a crap movie.
I like Denzel Washington and
I'll never appreciate her.
shit movies. Like I can still appreciate the work that you put into a shit movie. And I thought Anne Hathaway was good. And that's the thing. I'm not taking away from Zoe. Like I've seen her in other shit. She's a good actress. But like there was just this weird
just the way
amount
the
of
character
praise that she was catching for her portrayal of Catwoman that I was like, fuck, I could have played Catwoman for the amount of shit she did. It was just a weird overpraise.
I don't know. I thought it worked
She
for the
seemed
story.
very
that it was,
much more
considering.
in there as a plot device than as
Yeah,
a fully fleshed out
right.
character.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, let's be fair, right? Let's take a look at the story that, like I said, this is drawn from. And in that story, to a degree, she is a plot device because even the whole point of Batman interacting with her for a great deal is that he knows she has information in regards to the Falcone situation. Now,
Right,
that's just going by the Long Halloween. Now, obviously,
exactly.
the character
by the
is
Long
more fleshed out. You
Halloween.
go,
No, that's going by the
No, but
Long
that's-
Halloween. She doesn't have information about the Falcone
Jesus
situation in the
fuck.
fucking movie.
what did I
No,
say at
I'm
the
just-
start?
No, I
Actually,
like,
she
that's
does.
what I'm saying, dude. Like, I get it.
She
She
does have
gets-
information about the Falcone situation
She
in this movie
gets
from
information.
the very beginning. No, she
No.
already has information that he then learns over the course of the movie, apart from what he gets from her. But this is my point. Even in the story that they're drawing her plot lines from, loosely, whatever way we want to fucking put it, she is to a degree a tool, a device being used by Batman in that story, which this is being drawn from, to get
Yes.
information the same way as in this.
I get
And
that.
yeah,
Right. Like I'm just saying, like, I get where all the inspiration's coming from. I watched The Long Halloween, I fucking dug it. But I'm saying, like, I just don't
no,
get the praise.
read it. It's
that-
different.
I'm hands down, I don't doubt it.
I've read and
I'm
watched
just
it.
saying,
Yeah.
but my point was her clout. I just
What,
I
what
didn't
is this
see it.
word you're using in this weird way?
sorry.
That's not how that
Her-
word works.
Like, even in YouTube ways, that's not how that word works, I don't think.
And YouTube is using it wrong as well.
Yeah, YouTube are using
Someone
it
needs to
terribly
clout-
wrong,
I'm
but
sorry.
even in the YouTube...
Someone needs
Right,
to clout
her
them over the
praise,
fucking
yeah,
head with a
praise.
dictionary.
Can you,
Her
if you
praise.
weren't trying to sass up what you're saying, could you just say it with normal English for me, please?
For praise.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Clout. Got it.
It's something you do when that's a term for when you just hit someone. You just clouted them with something.
Yeah.
Or you're using
And I get it.
overwhelming force of personality.
And I get it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what she was getting. That they were given to her for the amount that she was given to the character. They were praising her, however you want to word it. She was getting a lot of pats on the back that I did not understand why.
I think
Because
she
the
did a really
character was
good
not
job. It's
really-
just that the characters...
She was good, right? Like, but she was good for like opening cans. Like, she wasn't really Catwoman.
It's
if
okay,
that makes
Buzz. We're
sense.
talking about the film in question. You can pretend that you're interested again.
Hard lean. All right. So, like, I just meant, like, she's established as a cat burglar. She's got skills, obviously, but all we see her is like, open the door, go wear these lenses. Like, she's Angelina Jolie. I'm going to lay in bed. I need you to do the fucking legwork kind of shit. And everyone's like, oh my God, she killed it. Well, fuck, anybody with legs could have killed that scene. Like,
I don't think it was that bad. I just think that Anne Hathaway was a more rounded, fleshed out character. I don't think it was literally like you could just slot anyone into the Catwoman role.
in this one, I mean, like, she wasn't really Catwoman. She was like a chick that talked to Batman a lot and liked leather.
That's everybody
And
that talks to
being
Batman.
A cat burglar and surrounded by cats because she likes them and has a whip.
Pick a house.
did you notice her
on this
mask had weird
planet that
ear
doesn't
things?
have a woman surrounded by cats. I'm like, are they all cat women, or are they all just people that like cats? I mean,
Katie, I leave that question up to you.
no, we're not.
Rochi's
Cakes.
point of hang on. Rochi's point of she's Selena in this movie, not Catwoman. Back to the grounded universe.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Doesn't take away
And
from
I'm on
the
board
lack
for it.
of...
Right. She's still just like walked.
There was just kind of nothing to the character. She was just there.
Right. And then
I'm
they
sorry,
threw her
explain
into
it.
a
What-
fight scene.
Yeah, never mind. Sorry, it's just that I just can't get my head around the whole Anne Hathaway's Catwoman is fleshed out. I'm like,
Dude, I
really?
thought they did a better job with her
Yeah.
than they did with Zoe.
No, in saying
I don't
that,
know,
when
maybe
Zoe
it's
gets
just
to go
I-
full Catwoman, maybe it might be a whole different story. It was just in this particular movie.
Right. Like, if
She
she,
didn't
pops
really
up
do
in
much.
sequel and they finish out her character, she may be awesome. Here, she had daddy issues, and then like shit got settled. It just was what it was. But there was no like real.
Right. Well,
It's
maybe
my simplicity that
maybe we're
fucks
going to
you
go
up,
to the
didn't it?
trailer
Doing
on the
Batman
daddy
stuff
issues
again.
side of things. I presume that's probably Probably the best time to go. Remember, we're probably going to have to sing along with some of this. So, I'll
Giz on such different issues.
I'll do share
Na,
screen.
na, 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 Batman. Na, 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 Batman.
If you could at least sing the words, maybe remotely at the same time, that would be.
I'm working with the best I got.
Who's the manliest man? Batman.
Okay, we're
Guns of Steel. Batman. Who could choke hold a bear? Batman. Who never missed leg day? Batman.
Okay, well, we're gonna go to the trailer. We're gonna go to the trailer now.
We said do it at the same time, so we were.
Yeah, we're trying to be in sync.
Sorry. I wouldn't be bothering you.
That
here,
is a
but
snazzy
people
car.
keep telling me you're unavailable. You know, you really could be doing more for this city.
It is, yeah. You really feel for Penguin when that scene happens. You're like, no, dude, no.
As far as I can tell, you're not doing anything.
No, you have no.
Yep.
Did you see the thing that? Did you see the thing that Bill put into the Discord there like a couple weeks ago of Adam West replaced it instead in all of these?
Dude, that was fucking awesome.
That was great. The scene with the
That
gun
had me
in the
fucking
corridor
bullet.
and he's doing the bat dance is fucking hilarious.
We fucking
Riddler's latest. It's all about the Waynes. If we don't stand up, no one will.
You got a lot of cats.
I have a thing about strays. The bat and the cat.
Oh, this is get all my cats. Thank you.
It's got a nice ring.
Yes.
New friend of yours? I'm not so sure.
I'm just here to unmask the truth about this cesspool we call a city.
Yeah, because I don't think it's Nirvana, so I think we're good.
Or it is at the very end or some weird shit.
No, I think you got a different trailer.
Oh, okay.
Not a messed up ampersand. Oh no, the ampersand is different.
Yeah.
Exclamation mark. That's what I was looking for. Fuck.
You're still away.
Hey, so Katie says she's been up for 13 and she's fallen asleep. So if we're gonna say goodbye to her, we need to.
See you later, Katie.
She may fall asleep.
I don't know why I waved.
The
She
cat
can't see
watches
me.
the rest of us.
No, Hikagi, this Batman is its own existing thing. You can watch it cold. It's fucking brilliant.
Yep.
The answer's justice.
But happily, we'll be getting a sequel. So
Yes, we're also going to be getting two different spin-off TV shows. One about Penguin and one about Arkham Asylum. I think.
see, I didn't know Penguin was getting his own.
Oh, the Penguin one is confirmed. The GCPD one seems to have been cancelled, and instead they're doing Arkham Asylum. That's me, very close to the camera.
More, right?
And we're back.
I can't see that being any different more than Gotham, though.
Your stream may be temporarily blocked. Well, joke's on you. We got it out of the way. Hopefully.
GCPD series would have concentrated solely on GCPD, whereas Gotham concentrated on young Bruce Wayne. That's the big fucking difference.
But I mean, like, right? But a bunch of cops running around trying to like catch Killer Croc and all. It's like, That's
I'm just
why I
watching the
started
stream here
watching
because
that.
the stream is behind us, so I'm just making sure we don't get copyright blocked. You've detected copyright
That's also
audio
why I
on your
never
stream.
started watching that Pennyworth. I'm like, oh, before he was a butler? Meh. You weren't cool until you were a butler to Batman. Fuck it.
Why is this not live?
Yeah, I kind of there's a part to me that there's a part to me that thinks that that's a good idea to do the Pennyworth TV show and show Alfred being like this fucking military guy. There's another part of me that's kind of going, well, that's really something that got brought in gradually over the last few years, because it went from him just knowing how to handle a gun because hey, he needs to know how to handle a gun sometimes, to all of a sudden he's former military. Now that being said, the version of Alfred being played by Andy Serkis, he deliberately said this is a former military, this is a former military man. He used to be the head of Wayne Security, you know, he's former fucking military, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And that's once again because there's been so many over the years, it's been a gradual thing from Alfred going from...
He's also the guy who taught Bruce how to box in the movie.
You kind of, yeah. In this, yeah.
No,
fight.
literally
but
stated in the movie.
They taught him how to
Bruce.
box.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Okay.
literally.
Well, look, anyway, the point is that Alfred, over the decades, has gone from the butler's butler, who puts up with Bruce Wayne being Batman because it's his job to be a butler and his job to do all this stuff, and he's looking
He
after
still does
the guy.
that too, though.
He's gone from this. Hang on, he's gone from this to being former military,
man.
former fucking special forces, former all this stuff, who is now working as butler, who does all this other stuff.
It is weird if you think about it. Like,
It's been a slow progression.
Now I fucking babysit a motherfucker. Like, it's a weird progression.
Yeah, but even in the comics and the cartoons, it's been a slow progression getting from that butler's butler to the currently running former military version of Alfred, which is the most widely known currently running version of Alfred, and the one that, once again, given the trends, probably the way that Alfred would be portrayed moving forward, regardless of, who's playing him. There's always going to be he's former military in his background now. It's one of those interesting things whereby you can see an evolution of a character through all these different genres, movie, comic, TV show, cartoon, whatever, to the point that we have now.
So my Skype just kicked in. Johnny, you're rocking that vest, dude.
That's interesting character because you just went away from me in Skype and you were here the entire night.
Really? Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I had Giz like all night. No Johnny and Buzz. Now all of a sudden I'm like, hey.
Oh, you're welcome.
Danhausen,
There you go.
Vest, you guys are killing it. Rockstar. All right.
I've kind of only got half of Buzz now.
It's okay. It's probably the half that isn't talking, so it's fine.
Just let you know the other half's doing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like, fuck it.
Oh, good, because I was worried. I was like, maybe it's like there's a palsy thing going on. He's talking out the other side of the camera.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe I'm Harvey Dent. Let's go on about that.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Anyway, ratings for the Batman.
10.
Wow.
10?
9.
Finally, I have a Batman movie whereby he's actually a fucking detective. Thank
9.
the fucking gods.
9. It's definitely as good as 7.
Yep. I'm going 9.
8.
You weren't joking about the 10? 10's your thing?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, straight up, this is the best. I mean, like, Ben Affleck as Batman, as Old Man Batman, is good. Young Batman, I think this is the best version we've seen so far. And like I said, for the first time, we're actually getting an actual fucking detective Batman. First time since the fucking 90s animated stuff. Well, no. First time since the animated stuff, any animated stuff. Really.
And I give off to a boy from Twilight, but I mean, he's a really good actor. And this movie
Oh, yeah,
showed
he
it,
won me
like,
over.
He's got skills.
Dude, you should check out some of his other movies. He's actually really fucking good.
Oh, yeah. No, like, dude, the fuck was that?
I'll be honest, the black and white thing has my interest a little bit because a lot of people were saying he was good in it, and it sounds like
The Lighthouse? Lighthouse is fucking brilliant. And it's got William Dafoe being a crazy fucking cunt.
Another reason why I'd go watch it. But
yeah, because William Dafoe being a crazy fuck is brilliant in all movies.
Well, much like The Gentleman made Colin Farrell more palatable for me, The Batman has now made Robert Pattinson more palatable for me. I'll never be watching his previous works, but I'm willing to watch his serious stuff.
No, you should watch some of his previous works, is what I'm saying.
We all know what I meant by his previous works. We all know what I meant by his previous
Also,
works.
Maybe you like him enough where you can say his name correctly.
Pattinson.
I did say Pattinson.
I said it
Robert
wrong,
Pattinson.
so that was my bad.
Someone said it wrong.
I said it wrong. I think I said Patterson or some shit.
You wanted me to talk.
Hey,
So I
while you're in a
appreciate the
talking
correction.
mood, can you give me your rating for the movie?
I said 8, but you guys just went on and started talking about other things. So
Okay,
Said 8.
Jesus Christ, someone's wearing these fucking ovaries on the outside today. You all right there, bud?
How did you not expect a comic book movie conversation to happen about when we're talking about a comic book movie?
I'm not fucking complaining about you. I'm fucking. No, I'm not doing this right now. I gave it an 8.
Okay, all right.
You gave it an 8, and you can go fuck yourself.
Christ. Pretty much. That's how I'm feeling right now. God damn.
$18.8, 26.
9 is the answer. Is the average rating 9? Alrighty, that's it movie-wise for the show, as is per usual. Oh yeah, I need to grab these. As is per usual, Buzz has been scoured around the internet to find me some of the wackiest laws to be... Are these still in effect but no one pays attention to them, Buzz, or are they outdated laws?
To my knowledge, they're still in effect.
That's the thing. Like, a lot of these are just like left on the book because nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
But
there's loads of really fucking weird
They
shit.
made them, and then no one went back to change them because they realized they don't hold standards.
Right. Or
Now-
or it takes too much to actually get them off the books. So, oh shit,
Yeah.
not kosher.
Well, that sounded like a testicle, I don't mind telling you.
Nope, there was a cat attack next to my leg, so it's kosher. Not at the moment, but it is now.
Not to your testicle. Just to clarify.
No, my testicle is fine. Both of them are fine, actually.
Good.
But thank you for
Right,
asking.
so, first up on the weird shit that people be having as laws, if you are found stealing soap, you must wash yourself until the bar of soap has been completely used. Arizona.
Well, that sounds wasteful.
Or not.
Depends
Well,
on
Not because you're making the
Yeah, but I mean, like, at some point of the lifespan of this bar of soap, you're clean.
I
So
think
feel like
the
you're kinda
point
pissing
I
it
think the
away.
point of it is if you steal the bar of soap, you're not going to get the amount of usage out of the bar of soap that you're supposed to initially want to have to get out of the bar of soap. You dirty
Right.
stealing bastard, you're going to use all this soap in one day and then you're going to have to go buy soap like a normal person. So
I
essentially
feel
he has
somebody-
managed to steal one day of cleanliness opposed to several.
And so
I
I just feel
feel
it's
so-
wasteful.
I feel somebody got caught stealing a bar of soap, and their excuse was, "I'm really, really dirty, and I need to get really clean." And the law turned around and went, "Fucking prove it."
Well,
Right.
Right. Anyway, moving on. If you cut down a cactus, you could be sentenced to 25 years in prison. Arizona.
Jesus,
I can
they
understand
love
why.
their cactuses.
Actually,
Really?
no, I can't understand why, because depending on the cactus, the mescaline amount you could get out of it would fucking drop people.
I'm sorry, the what?
Mescaline.
It's the
What is that?
hallucinogenic quality.
Not
that you
unlike
find
lots
in-
of plants, some cacti are wacky.
You
Yeah,
can get a
mescaline is
mind
the-
trip off of cactus.
Depending on the cactus,
Some
yeah. I mean,
cactus.
peyote is a cactus.
Peyote is a cactus.
Mescaline,
know
I
that.
believe, is the fucking hallucinogenic
It's the old wacky
chemical.
cacky.
Like, yeah, like
See,
I
I'm
know
with
somebody.
cakes. Water in a
let me-
cactus. That's all I ever
let-
fucking knew.
Let
Peyote
me
is
put it this way.
cactus, and Native Americans have been getting whacked off their chops and that shit for fucking hundreds of years.
I
I
thought
know a guy-
peyote was a mushroom or some shit.
Arizona
I know
is
a guy
also
who-
kind of extremely hot. Yep.
I know a guy who once
Don't
took
look
some
me
of this
that way,
stuff,
it's
and
true.
I know a guy who once took some of this stuff, and someone was sitting next to me on a
Are you
couch.
talking
tapping me
about
on
the
shoulder,
mescaline
like,
or are you talking about the wacky cacky?
the mescaline
Okay.
from a cactus? Like, as in, this was deliberately, but like he was looking at a Liverpool flag, and someone tapped me on the shoulder and kind of went, "Is your buddy all right?" And I just looked at him, went pure nonchalant, went, "Yeah, he's grand. He just took a load of mescaline. He'd be fine." It's just like, "Oh yeah, wait, what?" Turns out, like, my buddy was that Liverpool flag, dragons were flying and shit, dude. He said at one point we were all talking to him, except we were all
Which is amazing because there's
shrunken
no
down.
dragons on the Liverpool flag.
Yeah, there are.
It's a liver bird.
I'm sorry.
It's a fucking dragon.
Bird.
The Liverpool flag?
All right, maybe it is a fucking bird. I don't know. I'm not from fucking Liverpool. It's
Oh,
some big
I
red
said
thingy, and he saw it flying. That was the point of my story.
You looking at the screen?
And now
But
he
I
has to go
feel
look
like
it
he
up
was
to
on
prove me
peyote
fucking wrong
when he
live on
said
air as usual. We can just establish that I'm wrong. It's okay. I'm used to it at this stage.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just curious. Like he saw.
No, Baines. Yeah, basically, he was. You see the one over here on the. It's gone. There was one
Oh,
over
sorry,
there
I
on the
can
left.
pull it
where
back
there
up.
was...
1 minute.
Go on. You might as well.
Do,
Because I can
are you
actually
getting
point
humpy
out the
about
one
it?
that
Like, do you want me to pull
No,
it up
no,
or
no.
not?
No, I actually do, because I can point the one that he was looking at,
Liverpool
so you
flag.
can get a good idea.
I'm pretty sure that's where I was, wasn't it?
Yeah. So 2 over to the left.
Sorry, from that one?
From where? Down. Yeah, any of the ones with the crest, basically, because you can see the crest, and you know the way there's 2 of the red things on either side.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were they were flying around the damn thing from.
Are you
flames
sure?
on either side.
Sorry, no, there's no flames on it. There's like torches on either side. Yeah.
What the smeg flag did Byron have in his fragging apartment?
It's Liverpool, probably.
Then the birdies go flap flap.
And apparently also started being on fire. I don't.
Oh no, there's fire in the emblem on either side. There's like two like Olympic torches.
Oh, okay. So then they just bleeded together on him.
I don't know.
Is this
that thing was flying around?
Is this when he was living with you?
No, this was when he was on his own, but we went visiting him after my buddy took this stuff because it was 20 minutes before he was going to come up with it, so I threw him on the back of the bike. The apartment across from the fucking tutorial.
Oh, Jesus
Remember
Christ. That
Yeah.
could have been any fucking poster on there. Mightn't have been a fucking Liverpool flag.
Oh, no, it definitely, it was 100% because I was up there enough times. I know what it was.
Right.
I just forgot how it looked.
Right, okay.
Anyway, I can explain the prison one for 25 years for cutting down cactus.
It's illegal to sell your eyeballs, Texas.
And painful.
Also true. Yeah.
Oh man, again,
It is-
illegal to sell your eyeballs.
It is illegal to attend a public event or use public transport within 4 hours of eating an onion or garlic. Indiana.
You know what? I gotta appreciate Indiana. Like that just is a better travel.
You may
Yeah,
not take a
motherfuckers
picture
breathing
of a
garlic.
rabbit from January to April without an official permit. Wyoming.
Okay, that's fucked up.
Yeah. It's a... What if you just have a pet rabbit and he does something cute?
Right,
And it's
like, if
December.
I'm in my
Like you put a
backyard, am I
little,
breaking
you put a
a
little
law?
Christmas jumper on him.
Right.
I'm more curious to try and figure out what could have possibly happened that would have them implementing that law in the first place.
Sexy rabbits, probably. Anyway, moving on.
Jessica's at it again.
You may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. Rhode Island.
See, Rhode Island is really getting up there with those weird laws.
It's a weird one, isn't it? Bingo games cannot last more than 5 hours. North Carolina. That's just good. That's just
Okay, no bingo game should last more than 5 hours.
That's just good. That's just good stuff. A motorist with criminal intentions must stop at the city limits and telephone the chief of police as he's entering the town. Washington.
Oh,
good luck with
that's
that
just-
one, lads.
Right.
That's just wishful thinking.
No, there is going to be a brief. Hey, I'm coming to your town. Oh, okay. You should stop at the diner.
Bill said
okay.
the rabbit picture thing is probably due to seriously religious and stopping photos in a lead up to Easter. It's plausibility. I think this is the last one. It's against the law for a woman to drive a car in Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag. Waynesboro, Virginia, I presume VA, Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to be in front of the car for her to drive the car.
You have to be walking in front of the car waving a flag. So that presumably means that she can't be walking or driving no more than like 3 miles an hour.
Right.
Right. Well, that makes a lot of sense, I suppose.
There's also a bunch of ways of people getting ran over.
Well, the only benefit being that if they do get run over, they won't get hurt because the car's only going at like 3 miles an hour. They'll
She
just,
parks on you.
they might just get kind of slightly relocated further the direction they were planning by a little
Or
bit.
it's entirely possible that this law is just ridiculously old, misogynistic, and intended to prevent women from driving in the first place anyway.
I would presume that was probably the plan.
Come on, babe.
Yeah,
I want to
yeah.
drive. Yeah.
Imagine
but I
that
don't wanna
one
walk in
bad
front of the
bitch, though,
car,
that was
babe.
just like, Gary, get out in front
Get
of
out
the
in
fucking
front of the
car and
car
wave
with
your
red
flag.
flag.
You said
I don't wanna
you said if
walk,
I drove,
baby.
you said if you drove to the restaurant, I could drive goddamn home. So just get out of there, wave your goddamn flag. I'm bringing this bitch home. Beep beep. Out of the way. Hot stuff coming through. And Gary.
Probably from the time of the Model T or the Model Y. One would bloody well hope so, but unfortunately, humanity can't be trusted that much. I wouldn't be surprised if this was like 20 or 30 years ago in some places.
Yeah. I would hope it's a Model T, but I'm
I
with
would
Giz
love
on that one.
if Buzz had the ability to tell us what years these laws were instated, because I'd say some of them are shocking.
Because that shit had
This
like
is 20 years ago. What the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck?
Who the fuck is walking alligators around in fucking...
Dude, what was that? You can't walk your alligator before, what was that, 6 or after 6
After
p.m.
6
or
p.m.
some
in
shit?
fucking... I think it was Tennessee.
Oh.
I have Tennessee
You
in
know,
my head.
I strongly, even to now, I believe that might have been an incident whereby some well-meaning person was out walking their alligator and accidentally their alligator ate somebody else's dog as they went to walk their dog after work.
I'm sure all these laws have a reason. I get it, but it's that hard cutoff of like, you can't do this past noon, you can't do this before 10. That's the part that fucks me up the most.
Can't cross the street
Maybe they
with
were
a
saying,
turtle.
maybe it was to make sure the people who owned alligators didn't have jobs.
The only other thing,
Or they didn't
But
have
I can't
The only
walk
other-
until after 6 because I'm going to be at work. I'll tell you something for nothing, Brian. If you own an alligator, you're not going to work. You should be at home minding your goddamn alligator.
Right.
Also, there's a part of me that wonders if it was actually an alligator, or maybe someone mistakenly spotted a Komodo dragon and just like got it mixed up.
Same.
That is the
I feel like
longest
it's
stretch
the
I have
same
ever
thing.
seen at a joke
Right.
ever.
I don't know. I made
Like,
worse.
you need Mr. Fantastic powers to be able to fucking attain the reaches you were trying to get there.
It's right up there with the can't cross state lines, the chicken on your fucking head.
Turtle.
Makes no sense.
Turtle. No.
I'm pretty sure
Turtle?
It was a
chicken.
turtle, wasn't it?
Mm.
Chicken.
Yeah, I thought it was chicken.
I'm pretty sure it was a chicken.
Okay, I thought Buzz said turtle. Never mind.
No, Buzz's kid likes turtles.
Ah.
No, sorry,
Gotcha.
not turtles. Rabbits. He likes bunnies. That's it.
I was gonna say he likes bunnies.
Sorry, I had the initial line in my head, not the actual scripted line that came out. Righty-roo. What's left to do? Oh, yeah. If you haven't hit the like button down below, hit the like button down below. That'd be super sound. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button as we're trying to get the channel to the magical number of 1,000, where they're like, hey, you're a YouTube channel now. Kind of like they did with Harry Potter, where it was like, hey, you're a wizard now, Harry. It's just that we're allowed monetized videos as opposed to having superpowers.
No, but I want superpowers. Actually, we were all wrong. It was a duck.
Oh.
Well, ducks are just the chickens of the water, aren't they?
Okay, Bill, we were all wrong.
I was wrong too.
We're all wrong. It was a duck.
That actually makes it worse.
What, that it was a duck?
Yeah, like you can't cross the state line with a duck on your head.
Why? Would you have
Why
duck on
is-
your head in the first place?
Why is that worse than a chicken?
Because like everybody has a chicken, not everybody has a duck.
How does everyone have a chicken?
Buzz, do you have a chicken? Giz, do you have a
No.
chicken?
Pretty
I'm
sure
not
no.
ridiculous.
I don't have a fucking chicken. Bill, do you have a chicken?
You
Chat,
might.
I'm
do you-
saying
Actually, hang on a minute. We'll
because
just-
I
this
did
is what
have chickens.
these are the crucial questions that the poll function was
Were you on a
designed for.
farm?
Do
No, I was
you-
not on a farm.
Do you
I had like 4
own,
chicks.
We'll talk post
chuck.
show about this.
Oh.
Yes or no?
Just saying,
Ask the
chicks
community.
are more likely to have
We've
had.
got 7 people in the
as a
chat, which
pet.
makes it an uneven number, which means we should get a definitive answer as to if people have chickens or not.
I thought it said you choke your chicken.
No, no.
I was like, what the
No,
hell?
I said-
That's
I
on my
said-
free time.
Do you own a chuk? I didn't say anything about choking chickens.
Yeah, I see that now.
I can't write anything about choking a chicken on this fucking show, or chat will have a fucking field day with that within fucking 14 seconds.
I did not live on a farm, and I had like 4 chicks. It
We're looking
whittled
at a
down to 2.
67% no to
Got
owning
another-
chickens, Carter. 50% no. Ooh, this,
I'm just
this
saying,
poll
like,
is
ducks
feisty.
need water. Chicks are a little bit more easier to keep.
60%
than
no.
ducks are.
A Kagi, a
I
chuk
actually saw a
chuk.
couple of ducks walking
A
across the
Kagi,
road.
a chuk chuk is a chicken. I think Roshi has a chuk chuk dinner by the look of things.
Oh, you chuck fucker.
That's a different thing again.
Yep.
Actually, do I have... Oh, no, that video's on the TikToks. It's not on the mobile phones. I actually have a funny video of me chasing a chicken around in DayZ for 4.5 minutes, because the chicken had ninja skills, and it was quite embarrassing. I tried to shoot it with a laser gun. That's how bad it got, and I missed. Me and another guy, which was even more embarrassing. There was two grown men chasing one.
You trying to, wow.
Well, at some stage, they added an animating flying feature to the chickens that I was fucking unaware of, so I was shocked to shit to see the thing just jump and fly over a fence. I was like, it's also the
that
swimming
chicken
sheep.
can fly.
I was confused by the swimming sheeps as well. They fucking shocked the shit out of me. Chuck cut. Okay, I'm going to close this poll down at 10 seconds. Anybody else wants to get a vote in? Get it in now.
Well, I don't own one
9,
now. I did.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. People don't have chickens, according to 60% of the audience.
Currently, I'm just saying, like, chickens are easier to own than ducks. That was my whole fucking point right there.
No, chickens are easier to catch than ducks. What? I think the owning process is.
That's equal. My point. No, that's my point. More people tend to have chickens than ducks. That was my whole point. I didn't tell them about my duck. I don't want to talk about my duck. It was a sad thing.
Did you have a duck?
What the hell?
I had a duck.
Old Carter had a farm.
E-I-E-I-O. Okay,
and
in
on that
defense,
farm
number
he
one.
had some ducks. E-I-E-I-O.
Okay, Giz.
Yeah.
Beforehand, all right, my mom grew up on a farm. So when we moved to the city, farm life did not escape her. So we had ducks, turtles, like she was a farm animal person. Yes, Carter had a duck. And then a friend of his was like, "Oh, hey, your duck was quacking in the middle of the night." So I picked it up and then like passed out on it. So it's a sad duck story.
Sorry, I picked it up and passed out on it. Is that what I heard?
Yes.
What the?
He was spending the night drunkenly. I did not hear the duck. He did, so he picked it up thinking, "Oh, hey, if I pick it up, it'll stop quacking." Passed out, and then, oh, you know what? Don't want to be on my right, so I'm going to roll to my left. Where was my duck? Dead center. Carter, not happy. Like, so there we go. Yeah. Cool. Yep. It sucked.
This was a dark
way
ending to the show.
Although fitting, because it was a rather dark show with the subject matter in films.
It was a pretty dark show. We all nearly killed each other.
Actually, I know we're far from it, but I was in a pissy mood. Next movie, Batman budget. Turn up some lights. It was kind of hard to watch in certain parts of the movies.
What the fuck? His poor puppy were you watching?
I was in my fucking living room with a fucking 65-inch 4K.
No.
Did you have a like window with the sun behind you or something?
He was saying, like, he's right though. It was shot dark. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
It was like a couple tones down from the Nolan version. Like,
I was saying, it was all of them, but just there's a couple scenes where I was like, I don't know what's going on. I can't see shit.
I know.
Next movie, use some of that budget on the lighting and turn it up a little bit. Thank you.
Honestly, I didn't have there wasn't any scene where I didn't think that I couldn't understand what was going on.
I said I had issues. I didn't say you had issues.
Okay, fine.
And say Giz had problems seeing the movie because I wouldn't know. I didn't watch you watch the movie.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you were watching a film on a screen that you couldn't see stuff that you were supposed to be able to see, well, you know.
Put the dicks away, boys.
I suddenly see Giz or Buzz just sitting behind Giz.
I can't see him. I don't care.
Oh, and that's just super creepy. All right.
I nearly didn't let your message through there, Bill. I thought it was a sex bot. Sorry. I just saw the words masturbate and a load of fucking full stops in the middle of the word, and I was like, oh, it's one of those fucking sex bots again, but it's actually Bill.
Mistake to make.
Anyway, I'm going to round this show off before anything else goddamn happens. We'll catch you all during the week, unless there's a production meeting tomorrow and we all quit. Other than that, we'll see you for some games over the weekend. Catch you later, folks. Bye.
Bye.
What the? Have you seen this article? No, what? GoreCast gone stale. What? Have the diabolically devious duo lost their funny bone? Funny bone? I think they're trying to say we aren't humorous anymore. Humorous? We're humorous. We're not humorous. I'll show them humorous. That's a bad joke, by the way.
Initiating system.
Assemble me the most ragtaggiest bunch of horror miscreants ever to be assembled under one horror banner.
Big Daddy Buzz, video store clerk, proclaimed rent master and keys aficionado.
Be able to, pull that off.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Carter, video rental guru, overseer of horror law, collector of horror artifacts.
Hold on. Now. Boom. Ooh. Start without me.
The Giz, media librarian and radio DJ, can recall TV shows, cartoons, and movies that are decades old. Can't remember what he had for dinner yesterday.
Jeff, can't even take a shower in peace. That thing's going off. Whoa!
Big Brian Bumford, ex-wrestler, headlock expert, and world-renowned hardcore spin doctor.
What the? Wow! Oh, experiences. 2005, 2006, 7, 2008. You're gonna need to check that. No. Oh, I'll show them horror. I'll show them the humor. Join myself in the Giz and everybody else this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, and whatever that equates to as GMTs, only on American Horrors. We're going to be trying to break through the mysteries of the Nomi cabin. Buzz and Carter are going to be reviewing a whole bunch of fog.
And we intend to have a bunch of funny sketches for you.
Yeah, funny sketches this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. CST, only on American Horrors. We're out. Boing.